your teams, the heart of Southern California, Valley Sports West, the heart of the fan.
This edition of Angels Live, presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers right here on Valley Sports. It's breakfast and baseball this morning for the Halos in their series finale against the Kansas City Royals. And they'll look to come back home with a series win. Here's a look at what we're talking about on the pregame show this morning. Yes, the Halos trying to head home with the series win. They'll have a chance for that this afternoon. Plus, the Fletcher brothers squaring off. And no, we're not talking about our dear friend Jeff Fletcher of the OC Register. We'll check in on some AAA action from last night. Plus, of course, in the city of barbecue, we'll have to get an update on the Halos' favorite barbecue. That's all coming up on this edition of Angels Live. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome inside our Santa Monica studios alongside Denny Hawking, Erica Weston with you. Denny, I'll tell you one thing. That 6:30 alarm this morning didn't hurt so much when you're coming off of a nice Halos win like they had last night and a chance for a series W today.
Everything is better when the hometown team wins, right? Slept pretty good last night.
Yeah, the sun is shining bright. The coffee tasted better after a big win, and there were a lot of things working for the Halos in that one last night. We'll start with the Halos offense. It was a 6-0 shutout victory. We'll talk about the pitching staff in a moment, but for you, the offense really impressed. You had the long ball, you had the manufacturing runs.
I love how you're right. Shohei comes up and stakes the Angels to a 1-0 lead. Impressive in the sense that was a pitch right there. He hits out of the ballpark to center field. In his second at-bat, the first at-bat, he took for strike 3. So being able to retain information, and after he crossed home plate, I loved it. Shohei's starting to show that character. Wound up looking at MJ Melendez and goes, ha, I remember.
Got that one. How about Luis Rengifo, maybe the hottest Halo of the year?
Scalding hot, was in the right position in the batter's box at the right moment. Got the biggest hit last night, the 2 RBI double the other way, and I love the approach. It's a little bit 3/4 arm slot. The ball's going to run, stays on it for a big knock.
Max Stassi with the exclamation point on the night, his 6th home run of the year. Adding on some late runs. You'll love to see that, Denny.
The baseball gods will reward you for doing your job. He put down some great fingers, was pushing the right buttons on the pitch comm. Baseball gods said, here, we're going to hang you a slider. You can deposit it over the center field fence just like Show did.
Stassi had himself a nice little road trip, but talking more about red-hot Rengifo, how about the numbers since the All-Star break? You looked at what he was hitting from the beginning of May to mid-July. Since then, Denny, absolutely crushing fastballs and breaking balls.
Erica, how many times do you hear the people in baseball say it's just a game of adjustments? He's done a very nice job of making an adjustment. He's getting pitchers to throw the ball over the plate, which is allowing him to be more disciplined and be able to find his barrel. And you look at since the break, 386, and this is something that the Halos offense needs. When you're missing Rendon, when you're missing Trout, some of your big guns, you've got to have the other guys or the lesser guys,
yes.
Step up a little bit
yesterday
and do a little bit more than what they're capable of doing, and he's definitely done that so far here to start the second half.
I know a month or so ago, when talking about Luis Rengifo, when he was up here, the approach was, I don't want to get sent back down, and you have a different mentality of the way you're playing your offensive game, and we're seeing that from him. He is proving a point that he deserves to be here.
It's funny, when you're a yo-yo guy, meaning up and down from AAA back to the big leagues, you finally get to a point where you look in the mirror and you say, it's either go or go home. And I think he's had a come-to-Jesus talk in his room somewhere, and he's really doing a great job to increase his value and be on the field a lot more than maybe he anticipated early on in the season.
It's been really fun to watch, as has the starting pitching performance the last 3 games. We'll get to that in just a moment. But the pitching last night, Denny, it's too early for a double shot of Jose, but last night it was working for the Halos for sure.
The 11th shutout on the season, and it was a combined effort. And it first started with Jose Suarez. He did a really good job of changing his identity on the mound. He wound up going way more sinker sliders, and in the past it's been fastball changeup. And what did it produce last night, Erica? A lot of ground ball out, a lot of weak contact, and allowed him to go into the 6th inning. He did a really nice job for the Halos to start the game.
I love how he said after the game, hey, I've got the changeup too. But yes, really good stuff by Jose, and followed that by Q, as Nevin likes to call him, the high energy guy, an inning and 2/3. Really nice outing for him.
So he comes in, bases loaded, 1 out, gets the fielder's choice for the 3-2 put out, and then he gets the pop up to left field to strand 3 runners in the 6th. The 7th he comes on, gets into a little bit of a jam, winds up making the quality pitch there at the end of the inning to strand 2 more guys.
And then how about the job that Elvis Peguero did? 2 innings of the 6 batters he faced, 4 strikeouts.
He was so electric last night. And the thing that I really like about last night's game from the elevated dirt, Erica, is 3 guys towed the rubber for the Angels last night, and we can't speak well enough about all 3 of them. You're like, well, which one was the pitcher of the game? They all 3 could have taken that description home.
Really nice outing for all of the pitchers we saw last night, but the starters in particular, the last 3, Denny, giving them a chance to win the ball game. Reed Detmers did so Sunday. Jose Suarez did so as well last night.
You know, leadership, go out there, do your job, lead by example. All of those cliches wind up going in. 5 innings by Detmers, 5+ with Syndergaard, another 5 1/3 yesterday from Suarez. Now it's up to Junk to be able to go out there and continue to do his job. Ideally, do they want him to be 5 and dive? Yes, but if they can get him through 4, I think it sets up perfectly for Phil Nevin and the boys today.
Yeah, the pitching yesterday gave Nevin an opportunity to have some fresh arms just in case he needs them today. All right, well, yesterday, Joe Adell left the game early after getting hit by a pitch on the elbow. Earlier this morning, Phil Nevin spoke with our Carlin Bates to provide an update on Adell and today's matchup. Thank you so much, Erica. Phil, could you start by giving us an update on Joe Adell and if there's going to be any changes for your lineup tonight?
Joe's he got hit in a good spot, right? It elbow swelled up quite a bit, a little sore today, a little flexibility deal, but I mean, I think if we needed him to hit later or go into a game, he probably could. Try to avoid him, though.
Okay. And then any other changes we should be aware of just in regards to the lineup at all?
No, Marshy's out and left for Joe as far as what the starting lineup was, and then Stefanik. Let's see, no, same infield is out there today, so and then Zook's going to catch. Okay, sounds good to us. Now, 2 recorded strikeouts last night. How encouraging is that to kind of hear and see from your hitters? Yeah, I thought we had good at-bats up and down the lineup. We attacked early in the zone. We found pitches that were good to hit early, and we didn't miss them. Thought Sierra's at-bats were great. Rengifo's at-bats were great. Really up and down the lineup, we took good, solid at-bats. We got big hits. Had a couple guys on base, and that was the difference between the 2 nights. You know, right? We come out, win at 6-0. They win 7-0 the night before. Both games were probably closer than they seemed. But the big hit, and then it just kind of blew it open for both sides back to back, and hopefully we get back on that one tonight too. You mentioned guys getting on base. 4 stolen bases also happened last night. What does that mean about how you guys are able to spark some offense in different ways too? Well, I think yesterday we put a lot of pressure on their defense. You know, they threw a couple balls away. I love the way Sierra runs the bases. We knew that, though, coming in. Squid, he can steal bases, too. But we had those opportunities, a couple pitchers that were good to run on. Not necessarily the catcher. He's got a good arm, Melendez does. But those bags were basically off the pitchers and able to, when you have a lead, you can push the envelope a little bit, too. And we were able to do that last night and worked out. All right, thank you so much. Good luck to you guys. All right, thanks, Carlin. All right, Carlin, thanks for that. Denny, as she mentioned with Phil, there probably no Adell in this one, but he mentioned Magneuris Sierra a couple of times in that interview, who had himself quite a nice little night, and he is essentially rewarded with another start today. Love that he's back in there today after what he did last night. 2 hits, 2 stolen bases, first time in franchise history. Halo has done that in their first start. But get him in there. Play the hand that you have dealt to you right now, Phil Nevin. You've got some speed out there, and like he said,
said, those stolen bases, 5 stolen bases yesterday, were off the pitchers. Get guys on base, create that chaos, because it really reminded me of that team effort and that spring training where they went 5+ runs per game and played really well in the spring.
Yeah, put a little pressure on Brad Keller out there, get out with series win. All right, we are just getting warmed up on this early edition of Angels Live. Hey, it's never too early to talk lunch, right? I bet you can guess what we might be looking up to. We'll talk the Halos' favorite kind of barbecue when we return from KC.
It's time for MLB Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Sign up for free for a chance to play your way to the 2022 Pitch, Hit, and Run National Finals. Visit pitchhitrun.com today.
Angels baseball is presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Love to see that. Some young baseball fans in attendance this afternoon. Halos going for a series victory. Hey, we saw a pair of home runs by the Halos last night. How about today? The guys who hit home runs get paid the big bucks, and now when MLB stars go yard, you can get paid too by playing the Home Run Blast. All you have to do is scan that QR code you see on the left side of your screen to compete for thousands in monthly and season-long prizes every night. Pick 3 batters you think will hit a home run. You score a point for every home run you select. For complete rules, go to that website on your screen, homerunblast.com/rules. And here's who we have picked as your locks to go yard. Patio taking Pete Alonso with the Mets. The Subway Series, Gooby going with Brandon Marsh. Carlin taking Luis Rengifo. That's a pretty good, solid pick there, Denny. I'm picking Jared Walsh, though, and you're going with the Rocky CJ Crone.
Carlin likes to pick the guys that she just interviewed, right? I see what she's doing there.
It's smart. It's a really solid strategy.
Go with the flow right there. It's perfect.
I don't know if you know this, but there's some pretty good barbecue in Kansas City. You may have heard this. Yeah, I know.
It's been a while since I've been there, but
Same.
Oh, do I remember.
I know. For more on that, we welcome in our Carlin Bate. Carlin, I hope you've had an opportunity to try some of the barbecue that KZ has to offer.
There's never enough time to go adventure out when you're on the road, though, Erica. You know that as well. And, guys, for the record, I do pick the guys that I just interviewed for the Home Run Blast. It's my strategy. I hope it pays off today. I'm pulling for Rengifo. But in terms of barbecue, let's talk about the history here in Kansas City. I know we call this place the City of Fountains. It's got another claim to fame. It's the barbecue capital of the world, according to the people here. Since the early 1900s, barbecue cuisine has just erupted over this city. They take so much pride in their barbecue. Over 100 restaurants that we know of exist in this city. There's all kinds of places. I'll tell you after that, after this feature in a moment, though. But I asked the Angels players what their favorite barbecue was in general. We did a little drive-by, hold the sign, answer the question. Let's see what they had to say.
Favorite barbecue food? I like brisket. Ribs or pulled pork, for sure.
Mac and cheese, but not like the 5 cheese. Yeah, it's too cheesy.
Ribs?
Ribs.
Ribs? Ribs.
Nice.
Ribs.
Favorite barbecue food? Probably ribs.
What is the answer? Brisket. Brisket. Okay, brisket. What is yours? Chicken. Chicken?
Favorite barbecue food? Chicken, of course, chicken. Chicken breasts all the time.
Barbecue chicken.
Chicken breasts every time. That's it. Period. Yeah, brisket and ribs.
Oh, just gotta get a barbecue sandwich.
Ahorita barbecue food. Costilla.
Nah, I like it.
Not like it?
No, I like it. For me, ribs.
There we go.
Ribs.
Brisket, 100%, no doubt.
I feel like you can't go wrong with a good tasting, flavorful biscuit. Brisket. Let's start that over. A good tasting if flavorful is even a word. Brisket. Juicy, yeah. Put it on a little Texas toast. Oof.
All right, so for my Yelp reviews here, I went around the stadium and asked everybody their favorite barbecue spots. We got LC's, we got Q39, Jack Stacks, Joe's Kansas City. It's in a gas station. Arthur, Bryant's, and Gates. Those are like the ones that you have to go to if you're here in Kansas City. And for the record, I also asked Shohei if he had a favorite barbecue spot. It didn't make the cut. All he did was throw his hands in the air. I don't know if the man's had barbecue yet, but last night, the clubhouse, the smell, there was barbecue after the game, so kudos to whoever picked that post-game meal because it smelled delicious.
Had to be barbecue, right?
Carlin,
that was awesome. They were so serious answering the question about their favorite barbecue. I didn't think the question about ribs or brisket would be that serious.
Yeah, who knew ribs could be so serious and that so many people love them that much? I'm a burn ends girl, and then I'll let you guys discuss which is truly the best.
Good stuff. Thank you so much, Carlin. We'll check in with you during tonight's game. Well done. Denny, serious question. Favorite barbecue?
Right there with Carlin. Burnt ends. Can't go wrong.
Burnt ends. I can't believe nobody said that.
You?
Maybe they're rookies as far as the barbecue. Listen, my friends in St. Louis would be so mad at me if I didn't say that I love me some burnt ends. Absolutely. I have experienced some Midwest BBQ. So, well done.
I can remember back in the playing days when you would first day of a road trip, you'd go into Kansas City, and one of the veteran guys, my first years was Kirby Puckett, would buy a ton of the barbecue, and you would get to the field early going, I am going to get me some barbecue. And I remember, because Carlin said it, it was actually Gates Barbecue. So props to them. Guys, I miss you.
Oh, nothing like memories with food, bringing it all back. Tear. All right, good stuff, Denny and Carlin. We are getting warmed up as we get you set for first pitch, the finale between the Royals and the Halos. We'll take a look at today's starter. Janson Junk gets the start. More to come right here on Valley Sports. Valley Sports, brought to you by Jerome's Furniture. You can catch the Angels action from Jerome's Best Seat in the House. Sign up for a chance to win at jeromes.com. That is Brad Keller, who the Halos will be opposing in the series finale against the Royals. The righty 5-10 this season with a 4.16 ERA. So hopefully the Halos can get to him some early, provide some offense. For Janson Junk, who's making his first start of the season, it will be his second appearance, but he is coming off a scoreless appearances last time out down in AAA, 6 scoreless with 8 punch-outs. So a good opportunity for Janson Junk today.
Looking forward to watching his first start of the season. And at the end of the day, go out there and give your team an opportunity to win, just like the guys have already done for the last 3 starts before you have.
This is a look at some of Janson's starts that he had with the Halos last season. A very good start last September facing the Texas Rangers. But again, I think I mentioned this to you yesterday. When there isn't much of a book in the majors on a starting pitcher, the edge tends to go to the pitcher. So advantage Janson Junk for the Halos today.
Advantage Janson Junk, and this is what we talked about Quijada yesterday. He completely changed who he was on the mound. He went from constantly throwing 2 pitches at 61% to yesterday he flipped that and threw the other 2 pitches, the sinker slider, at 60%. See if Janson Junk, if they're going into the scouting report and seeing if what he's doing on the mound today matches that, and we'll see where we're at.
Yeah, he has a 1-3 record there this season with AAA, 3.88 ERA with 10 starts, but he's also allowed 2 or fewer in 7 of the 10 starts this season. But something we saw really fun in the minors yesterday, and Carlin talked about this during the telecast yesterday. The Fletcher brothers squaring off the Reno Aces and the Salt Lake Bees. David Fletcher, of course, out on a rehab assignment. They're anticipating him back sometime when the Halos return home, but it was quite a matchup for the Fletcher brothers yesterday, Denny.
What a cool thing. I'm sure the parents were out there up in Reno, and just what an opportunity, what a cool moment to be able to stand on the baseball field at the professional level and be able to play against your brother.
That's Dominic, who went 4 for 4 with a pair of doubles, a home run shy of the cycle. Here's David Fletcher. He went 1 for 4 on the night with a big RBI single. So Fletch brothers squaring off. The Salt Lake Bees, though, David Fletcher got the last laugh, even though this one there would have completed the cycle for Dominic. Just missed that one going out of the yard, so a pair of doubles instead. I think he'll take that. But again, that's got to be a lot of fun for the family, even if they weren't there to watch it in person. That's something they'll remember for a while.
He's going for the cycle. That's his last at bat, and you can't hit a ball out of Reno. He's got no pop.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
Elevated, you know, it's elevation. Come on. But love
you gonna tell him?
But no, I'll just send Fletch a text.
There
but
you
I
go.
love Fletch letting his brother get some hits there, you know.
He was doing him a favor, right?
Trying to get him to the big leagues.
I'll try not to show you up, brother. I'll let you go 4 for 4 and be a home run shy of the cycle. That's pretty fun. All right, stay with us. First pitch coming up in just a little bit from Kansas City. Halos happen to have a happy flight on their way home. We'll get you set for first pitch. Take a look at the lineups when we return.
Magical weekend. When it's about to go down, this is the story of the night. MLB Tonight takes you there. How about that? Big moments, big reactions, and big interviews. Only on MLB Network's MLB Tonight.
Sports. Angels baseball is presented by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Early baseball today as we come to you from our Santa Monica studios. Erica West and Denny Hawking getting you set for the finale in KC. Denny would take a look at the Halos batting order. You'd like to see it.
Would really like to see Sierra have another day like he did yesterday so he can impact the game on the bases.
Pretty much the same what we saw yesterday, but Suzuki behind the plate with Brandon Marsh getting a start in left field with Joe Adele being out. Likely not available, likely to stay away from him. That's what he told our Carlin Baith after taking the pitch off of his elbow in last night's game. But Mike Matheny changing his lineup for the finale. We've got Ryan O'Hearn playing at first, Cam Gallagher behind the plate. Big hit Witt not leading off. You like to see that, Denny? I know you said that.
I'm always looking for his name in the lineup and glad he's just got one more day. Get the Halos out of town. He can do whatever he wants the rest of the way.
He certainly can, but let's hope the Halos offense picks up right where they left off last night. An opportunity for them to jump on Brad Keller. Remember, they only had 2 strikeouts in that game last night. He is one of the lowest strikeout pitchers among qualified starters, so perhaps they can take advantage of that.
Build off yesterday's momentum. I know they're playing at the K, and they had 2 Ks yesterday. Let's keep that number there. Hunt the sinker. It's by far his worst pitch. He's got horrible numbers on it. Hunt the sinker, get it in the zone, and absolutely do some damage and get Janson Junk some runs early.
He is celebrating his 27th birthday today. We don't want him to have a bad birthday, but we don't want him to go home with a win, do we, though?
How about just like 3 innings, 4 runs, and just nice little piece of cake in the clubhouse?
Perfect. There you go. That'll be a happy birthday. You get a pitch in the majors on your birthday. That's pretty special.
Yes.
Either way. Anyways, before we get to baseball, final thoughts and opportunity for Janson Junk to show something today.
Be able to do what he's been witnessing so far the last 3 times out. The Angel starters have been very, very good, giving the team an opportunity to win. Continue to carry that torch. Do it today and then pass it off tomorrow.
Yeah, as they say, offense is contagious. Starting pitching can be too. Want to keep the train rolling as far as starting pitching is concerned. All right, first pitch from Kansas City coming up in just a little bit. Patrick O'Neill, Mark Gubicza will get you set for the finale from KC.
The game is changing, and so are the shows that talk about it. MLB Network's Off Base.
What's going on, everyone?
A modern baseball show for the modern baseball fan.
It doesn't get much better than sitting around and talking baseball.
Only on MLB Network.
of LA, Valley Sports West, the heart of the fan.
Angels baseball on Valley Sports is presented by Jack in the Box. We have some day baseball from Kauffman Stadium here at Kansas City. The rubber match, the Angels and the Royals series tied 1 apiece. And with that, welcome you inside our broadcast booth with the two-time All-Star Mark Gubaza. I'm Patrick O'Neill. How about it? A chance to win a series for the Angels. It's been about a month.
Patrick, that was a fun game yesterday. They did everything well. They pitched well. They ran the base. They put a lot of pressure on the defense for Kansas City yesterday, and it paid off. Shohei Ohtani doing his thing with Rengifo, but just the way they played the game yesterday, an opportunity to win a series, huge today.
If they can play today like they did last night, you expect another W. That was fun to see.
Patrick, I mean, it all starts with your starting pitcher. You know, Jose Suarez threw the ball very well. He threw his slider a lot more than normal. His fastball was good. Went out there 5 1/3 shutout innings, and then the bullpen came in. Some good power arms. You're talking 93-mile-an-hour sliders, fastballs at 97, 98, locked down at 3 2/3. Just 4 strikeouts, no runs there. So the bullpen did their job. Shohei Ohtani, wow. After striking out on a pitch on the same exact spot that at bat before, his 21st home run this season, dead center field. What a job for Shohei. And Luis Rengifo, he is locked in. That is a pitcher's pitch going the other way, 2-run double. He continues to swing the bat exceptionally well.
You know, follow up on the conversation on Luis Rengifo. I think there started to become a belief with the organization and the fans that Rengifo was a guy that can stick and stay.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting his bats. He's playing some solid defense, whether it's second base or shortstop, but he's seeing the ball well, and he's using the entire field. He's not in that pull mode. In the past, he's trying to lift the baseball. You look back since June 22nd, a 347 batting average. He has been a machine on the road. 17 straight games with a hit on the road, 8 overall. So he's putting the ball in play, hitting on the line, even hitting pitchers' pitches, and still showing that power with those extra base swings he's been having this entire season, and especially over the stretch since June 22nd.
All right, can you rinse and repeat and get a series victory here today on a getaway and get a happy flight? That's something we will be talking about throughout the afternoon. And the Angels, well, they're certainly hungry for a series win here today at the K. Coming back with lineups, and we got some junk on the mound today. Janson junk, lots to talk about when Angels baseball returns.
To the track, to the wall. He made the catch.
Catch your team.
Oh, what a play.
My team.
He leaps and makes the catch.
Every team.
As good as it gets.
Only on MLB Network.
Here comes Roger Maris. Oh! There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
That ball is gone. It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Ballpark, we saw one of the great catches in baseball history, Jim Edmonds.
Yeah, I remember lucky enough to be on that team that year. David Howard at the plate for Kansas City. Jim Edmonds over-the-shoulder dive. I still say the greatest play I've ever seen in a baseball game. An unbelievable play by Jim Edmonds. He was an incredible athlete, but that play itself was off the charts.
And we're starting to see some excellent defense from Brandon Marsh. 8 outs above average. Guess what? That's third best among outfielders in baseball.
He's fearless. He's a former football player in high school. You can tell he has that football player's mentality. He's not afraid of the wall. He's not afraid of getting that uniform dirty. He wants to catch anything that's hit, even remotely close to him out in the outfield.
Gonna need him. Gonna need everybody to steal a series here in Kansas City. Marsh, Ohtani, Janson, Junk on the hill. We got lineups and first pitch coming up for you right here from the K in KC.
I love the Boys and Girls Clubs because they help you believe that you can make it to the big leagues.
Big leagues of what? Law. Art. Construction. Baseball.
How'd you guess?
With the help of Major League Baseball, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America help kids make it to the big leagues of anything.
The box, introducing the new $5.99 double bacon cheesy Jack combo at Jack in the Box. Order on the new Jack app today. And by Hyundai, to learn about Hyundai's advanced technology and award-winning safety, visit buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealers today. Great to be with you here on this Wednesday, Hump Day. Angels looking for a series win here at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Angels versus Royals alongside Mark Gubaza. Carlin Bathe with us on the field on Patrick O'Neill. I think the only thing that's going to interrupt Gooby from hosting all these wonderful friends and family you have here at KC is a baseball game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this baseball game here today with Shohei, especially leading off for the Halos. Remember what he did yesterday, second at bat, dead center field, 21st home run of the season for Shohei.
Ohtani leading off, followed by Taylor Ward. Luis Rengifo stay hot. Then Jared Walsh, Kurt Suzuki, Magneuris Sierra, Phil Gosselin, Brandon Marsh, and Michael Stefanik for Phil Nevin's Angels team here as they look to win the series and even up this road trip at 3 games apiece. Brad Keller, happy birthday, 27 today. His 19th start that leads all Royals pitchers by 4.
And he does throw a lot of fastballs, 4 and 2-seam fastballs. My go-to is to have success against Keller on his birthday today is you got to be able to be successful and turn on that sinker in. 348 batting average, slugging over 500 on the sinker in. And don't be overly aggressive on his slider. Make sure that slider's in the strike zone because he throws a lot of sliders.
MLB record for strikeouts on their birthday. I think Garrett Cole's record of 15 is safe. No disrespect to Brad Keller. That would be a Royals record, by the way. I think you held the record for some time, and then, who was it, Zach Greinke?
Zach Greinke got it, yes. 14? And then eventually somebody passed him. He had 15, and somebody got 16. I think it was not Matt Duffy. It was Duffy.
Danny Duffy. So you had 14, Greinke had 15, and Duffy was 16. All right, we are underway. First pitch. And it just misses. That's Ryan Blackney calling balls and strikes today. Shohei hit his 21st home run, dead center last night. And he's on the hill tomorrow, by the way, at the Big A, when the Angels welcome the Texas Rangers for 4. Ohtani lifts that towards the left side, drifting and out of play. Count will be 1-2.
And a day like today here at this ballpark, afternoon, warm afternoon, that baseball will be carrying well.
Royals won the first game of the series 7-0. Halos returned the favor with a 6-0 victory last night. The 1-2. Ground ball hit sharply. Lopez is there, one away. And defensively, backing up Keller for Mike Matheny's Kansas City team. Left to right field, Kyle Isbell. And left, Michael A. Taylor in center, and MJ Melendez from behind the plate. The first two to right field. Emmanuel Rivera, Nicky Lopez, Whit Merrifield, of course, and Ryan O'Hearn gets the start at first base.
And Merrifield always played a number of different positions. 49 start at second base, 3 errors, 38 double plays. Turney's played some center field, and also 30 games even in right field.
Gooby guaranteed we would get a baseball here in the booth today. That one was close.
Not that we're looking forward to that necessarily.
You got one back at the Big A. I wasn't there. If I wasn't there, it didn't happen.
So it didn't happen. Way to go, Patio.
Taylor Ward now qualifying in the American League. He's reached the appropriate amount of plate appearances and would qualify 8th in OPS in the AL. Quickly 0-2 to Taylor. Foul back. I spoke to Taylor, wanted to quickly congratulate him. He and his bride, also named Taylor, are expecting their first child. She's about 4 or 5 months along. Former Taylor Langdon, a Glendora High School softball star, I should say. And they met at Fresno State, where she was a pitcher. And
congrats, and that's great.
That's the two Taylors, by the way. So they're both Taylor Ward, but this Taylor Ward says the other Taylor Ward knows more about baseball than he does. She has the IQ. The 1-2. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And got him. Wifey's not going to be thrilled with that one. 2 away.
That's that slider, Keller. When he's on his game, he's going to get quite a few swing and misses and chases on his slider. Got a little over 25% whiff percentage on a slider. That's a hard 88-mile-an-hour slider off the plate. You got to try the best you can to try to keep that in the zone. Flattens it out, you have a better shot to make a good contact. He's allowed 3 home runs versus his slider this year.
Well, here's Luis Rengifo. What more can you say? I mean, he is absolutely on a tear. A 17-game hitting streak on the road, 20-game on-base streak, 9-game hit streak overall. Up and in. Road Reds for the Angels this Wednesday afternoon.
That's a good take. I mean, that's just part of the strike zone, whether it's a fastball or even a breakable. In the past, Luis would go after that and swing over top of it. He's trying to bring that breakable or even fastball up a little bit higher where he's able to get the barrel of the bat on it. Good count now for Luis to continue what he's done on the road this entire season, what he's done since June 22nd overall.
Another excellent take, 3-0. You have a guy that is swinging a hot bat. It's early in this game. What say you here? 3-0.
Yeah, swing 3-0. You're in that number 3 slot in the lineup now.
Called a strike, 3-1. Cam Gallagher getting the start behind home plate. Brad Keller. Job holding that pitch right there. Ifo rolls over that one. Whit Merrifield is there. So that's a 1-2-3 first half for Brad Keller and the Royals. No score.
The search for high-quality meat ends here. With ButcherBox, you get 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Sourced from partners who believe in doing things the right way. Together, we can make a difference, one meal at a time. Sign up today at butcherbox.com for a special offer.
At Boll & Branch, we don't make bedding like everyone else. We make it better. We prioritize thread quality, not thread count. We source the finest 100% organic cotton to make the softest, most luxurious fabrics on earth. We're free from toxins, the way home should be. Boll & Branch is made different, so you can sleep better at night. Experience the difference at bollandbranch.com.
Starting pitching. They're getting deep into ball games. Starting in Atlanta, Reed Detmer's going 5-0 earned runs. Noah Syndergaard picking up off of that 5 2/3, only 1 earned run. He was fantastic. And then what we saw from Jose Suarez, 5 1/3, 0 earned runs. They are feeding off each other right now, Mark.
And they're attacking the strike zone. They're using their secondary pitches very effectively. We saw a slider usage yesterday for Suarez, very high for him. Same thing with Reed Detmer's. Better fastball, both a better fastball, different fastballs. Same, no Syndergaard threw the ball well, so only 1 earned run there in 16 innings. So dominant performances by the pitching staff.
Yeah, Janson Jug just got recalled. He's got the start, and here's who he is going to face. MJ Melendez, Whit Merrifield, Andrew Benintendi, 1 through 3. Then it's Rivera, O'Hearn, Taylor, Isbell, Gallagher, and Lopez. Mike Matheny's Royals, who are playing good baseball. 2 games over 500 since June 15th. And first pitch from Junk is off the plate.
He's a quick worker, generally around the strike zone.
And we saw Elvis Peguero last night. Janson Junk was acquired in that Andrew Heaney trade a year ago. Heaney is making a start today, as a matter of fact. The Dodgers coming back from an injury. They're all in action within 24 hours of each other. The 1-1 to Melendez fouled out of play, 1-2.
And my go-tos for Janson Junk to have a good game today is you got to spot that 4-seam fastball in the upper quadrants. So you see a couple fastballs down, but staying upstairs with that finish with his curveball. A very good swing and miss curveball. We've seen that in the past, especially last season. He'll get us some swing and misses and chases with his curve.
Here's the 1-2 to Melendez. Upstairs, 2-2.
Yeah, he can run that 4-seam fastball very effectively upstairs. Also a throwaway slider / cutter changeup.
The 2-2 to the rookie Melendez. Swing and a miss upstairs with that slider. And a strikeout, 1 down.
And Wade Melendez has his hand set up. I think high pitches throughout the game, whether it's 4-seamers or even breaker balls, it's going to have a tough time bringing his hands up and make a good contact, because we know how hard he hits the ball down very effectively, even the other way for a home run here in the series.
That's exactly what you pointed out last night. You were wondering maybe Junk should take note of that, the aggressiveness of Melendez. That paid off. And so now it's Whit Merrifield. Janson Junk, 26 years old, 22nd round pick in 2017 of the Yankees. In his first start of 22, 4 starts a season ago. Yeah, that's in there.
Overall, you will see quite a few secondary pitches between his slider, curveball, and occasional changeup. Janson Junk.
Who's backing up Mr. Junk here today at Kauffman Stadium, left field to right field. Brandon Marsh is in there. Magnuri Sierra. What a game last night for Sierra and his Angels. First start, Taylor Ward in right. Still no Joe Adell, little sore on the arm after taking a baseball off of it, but available if needed. Goslin, Rengifo, Stefanik, Walsh at first, and Kurt Suzuki doing the catching. There's a nice little ground ball, and Rengifo has it and throws across to get Merrifield for the second out.
By the way, that's who we were highlighting on our defense right away, and we knew we'd just be able to show him on that ground ball at 13th start at shortstop. He's turned 16 double plays, a couple errors at shortstop position overall for Luis Rengifo. He just wanted to be the star.
Are you sure? I mean, I believe you.
Yeah.
So if I believe you, I want everybody else to as well. Now, Luis Rengifo is playing great. Now, David Fletcher. No, we should see Fletcher back pretty soon. Who knows? Maybe as soon as tomorrow. Now, right at the middle. Look out, Janson Junk. That gets past Rengifo, and that's going to be a 2-out knock for Benintendi. He's always attacking the first pitch.
Especially when you know the scouting report on Janson Junk. He's around the strike zone a lot. He gets a lot of swings and baseballs put in play in his first few pitches. Tried to kick that baseball. A lot of success against fastballs, a lot of success on the first pitch for Benintendi. Got 4 stolen bases, been caught twice.
Well, for anybody that's, when I say anybody, I mean teams that are in a playoff race looking to acquire Benintendi, they're getting a guy that is absolutely red hot on a tear for a month. Plays good defense, but at the plate, he's been a 400 hitter. Manuel Rivera cleanup this afternoon for the Royals.
So far, getting around the slider, has to get on top of it. That's not by design, elevating that slider here against Rivera, because he will go after that slider off the plate. Same thing with his curveball. A little quick on his delivery, and it's understandable that first start out of the season here for Janson Junk to stay back a little longer over the pitching rubber.
For the fans at home inquiring about Mike Trout, he had that cortisone injection last Thursday. Mike Frostat, head trainer for the Angels, says it takes about 2 weeks for that to set in. No baseball activities for another week for Mike. Awkward swing there, 1-2.
Another elevated slider. Shohei Ohtani does that very well when he reads the hitter's hands. We'll throw that slider upstairs. So far, that's not, even though he's had a couple swing and misses on that pitch upstairs, that's not exactly where Janson wants to throw his slider. And he's trying to, you can see he's trying to gather himself to make sure he stays on top of the baseball a little bit better.
Tell you what, the slider we saw from Elvis Peguero, you want to talk about a tight, hard slider. That was amazing.
He even touched 95 with it, 93, 95 on a slider.
Spoke to him briefly this afternoon. He said that's the best he has felt, and certainly that slider was cooking. The 2 outs here, bottom of the first. Benintendi at first base, 2-2, foul back.
Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. The pitch arsenal for Janson Junk. 4-seam fastball at 52%. Although his slider 23, curveball 22, and his changeup at 3%. Go back to 2021, what he was successful with. His slider very good. We've seen some pretty good sliders as far as swing and miss early. Curveball, though, is always a pitch I've seen from him that is his #1 pitch he'll go to, especially against lefties.
And he got him. Janson Junk answers the call in the first as we head to the second, scoreless.
Retired MLB pitcher CC Sabathia is old school. His son Karsten Sabathia is new school. Karsten uses Win Reality for his hitter training, a state-of-the-art tool that utilizes VR to improve timing, pitch recognition, and confidence. A new school approach to more hits. Hitters love it.
I love it.
Pitchers, however.
Man, I'm glad I'm retired.
Train new school. Hit old school. Be ready for real. Win Reality.
Good nights lead to great mornings. Get generic Viagra shipped discreetly to your door at RexMD.com. Your consultation is free. There's no copays, no doctor office visits, and your shipping is always free. Visit RexMD.com right now.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
For the game today, going a little Pharrell today. Cash in, cash out. Cash in on that sinker in, cash out on that slider away. Success and barrel on both of those pitches, inside and outside.
Love that key, and if it comes to fruition, it's going to be a happy flight.
Very happy flight. If Jared can cash in on one of those pitches inside and see if he can drive it.
Jared Walsh leading off top of the second inning. Keller pumps a fastball in there on his 27th birthday. Baseball Reference is pretty cool. When it's your birthday, it actually says happy birthday to you on the day. Got to be some algorithm. Lifted towards center field. And Michael A. Taylor. Plenty of time. 3 Royals in history for the team have earned a victory on their birthday. Steve Busby, Dennis Leonard, and Max Suzuki. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was the legend Dennis Leonard not in our booth about 20 minutes ago?
That was so cool to see Leo. He was my mentor. He was right next to me in the locker room. I learned so much about pitching and life in general with Dennis Leonard, and it was great to see him. I owed so much of my career, success in my career, to him, because he was not afraid to give me good information, not be able to be also let me know when I'm doing something wrong.
Suzuki, that's going to be playable in left for Kyle Isbell. Isbell has it, and we have 2 away. You can
see how that baseball just drifts and carries in the corners here.
Yeah.
Got out in front a little bit, Kurt Suzuki on that one. Got down to the warning track in left field.
No, it was a thrill for me to meet Dennis Leonard, especially when you introduce, the legend to me as your mentor. That's super cool. And if he teaches you, if he taught you some stuff about life, the way you treat people with so much respect and kindness, that man is a Hall of Famer as a human in my book.
Multiple 20-game winner, so he was a fierce competitor on the mound.
There's Magneuris Sierra with 2 down, 2 quick outs for Keller. Now Sierra, we saw the speed getting up the line when he laid that bunt down at 29.5 feet per second, or no, excuse me, 30.5 feet per second, even faster, stole a couple of bags as well. And this is what we had from last night. First player in Halo history, 2 hits and 2 steals in their first ever start as an Angel.
Impressive. A lot of pressure on that Royals defense.
And Isbell he's a plus defender, and that's going to be an easy play for him. So now 6 up, 6 down for Keller. Royals are coming up.
Hey kids, join MLB Network and your favorite players for a show made just for you. Play ball. It's all the big moments, bat flips, and amazing plays from an exciting week of baseball and tips to up your game. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson, 13 home runs into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
We've got some more additional info about the Mike Trout injury. You know, that rib cage inflammation, it does have a name. It's a costovertebral dysfunction at the T5. That's on your thoracic spine. So think about the upper area. That's why you hear that rib cage being thrown around there. Patrick O'Neill mentioned earlier he did get that cortisone shot about a week ago. It takes 2 weeks to see the full effect of it. So the earliest we could see him back is about 1 more week from now. And Patrick, I know you said you've been seeing him around here. He is on our trip, pops in and out of the dugout from time to time. It's got to be good to still have his presence around here, even though he's not in the field, right, guys?
Yeah, hey, listen, CB, by the way, not a doctor, but you play one on TV. Well done with that breakdown. And yeah, you know what? Mike Trout actually had a visit to the Negro Leagues Museum while he was here. And that must have been awesome for him. Can't wait to ask him what that experience was like.
Also had a tour of Arrowhead Stadium, too. So he's been around. He's been a tourist here so far.
Well, making the most of his time off, but certainly not making light of the situation without one of the game's very, very best players. It's tough, and injuries have been plaguing Mike the last couple of years. Certainly hope he can recover, get back to baseball activities in a week. Team needs him, without a doubt.
Tell you what, he said his visit to the Negro League Museum, he said it was absolutely amazing. Finding out the different things he found out there, he said it was one of the best things he's ever done. And I talked to even his dad, Jeff, too. He said the same thing. He said it was magical to be able to be in there, be around so many great immortals that played the game.
How cool would it be to just happen to be milling through the museum, and then you're looking at an exhibit, and you look to your left or your right, and there's future Hall of Famer for 27, Mike Trout. Just taking it in as a fan.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that would have been something special. Janson Junk now dealing with Ryan O'Hearn in first base here this afternoon for KC. Always, I personally have an affinity, first name Ryan, but you throw an O and apostrophe in there, bam. Take it to the bank.
Why is that, Patrick?
You have a big fan sitting on his bed in Malibu listening to the broadcast. That's
just curious.
And that's a strikeout for Janson Junk. That's 3.
That's 3 strikeouts on a slider that has been upstairs.
Well, now that has to be part of the game plan, right?
It almost feels like it is, because they're tracking, thinking, okay, they don't know a lot about Janson Junk other than you look and see some film, video, and where his pitches normally would be. So they're thinking when they see the spin of a slider, they're expecting to be down to stayed upstairs. Until they make that adjustment, it's not a bad idea to stay there, because what a slider upstairs, especially if it's rated at the borderline top of the strike zone or above, all you're going to do is pop that up or swing and miss. And now if it goes down a baseball or 2 middle of the plate, then that's trouble.
Really nice tight curveball to start off the at-bat to Michael A. Taylor. Renifo gloves it. The throw not going to be in time, and it gets away, but it stays in play. So Michael A. Taylor is going to reach on an infield single.
He's had a couple base hits in this series that have worked his way. That broken bat hit on a slider for Noah Syndergaard. It broke up his shutout. He was throwing the ball well. He gets an infield hit. He had a flare to right field. It's making contact. And quickly you'll notice that Jared Walsh looks back to see if Taylor made any kind of move or direction going towards second base. If you do, you have to go back to that base as quick as possible.
Taylor only has 1 stolen base, caught 1 time. Kyle Isbell now. Fontana, California, went to UNLV, Etiwanda High School. So hi to his folks back home, friends and family. surely watching here. Play it morning, early afternoon here in the Midwest.
Really amazing when you look at all the players in Major League Baseball, how many are from the Orange County area or Los Angeles County. It's amazing. And all the high schools like you mentioned, and Awana, I mean, that is a very good baseball program. Seeing those over the years.
You can plug them anywhere in the outfield. Excellent, excellent defender. For Michael A. Taylor, his home road splits are really dramatic. Coming into the series, he was hitting .336 at home and .202 on the road. Made his impact here at the K in the series.
Tell you what, Janson Junk does a real nice job as far as holding the baseball, and that pitch is right in the middle of the plate at the lower part of the strike zone. Now with a count 2-1, Mike Matheny may put an action play on here.
That one certainly missed, but I mean, you execute the pitch to perfection. Suddenly you're behind in the count. Now it's 3-1. 1 out, 1 on. No score, bottom of the second here in Kansas City. That was that slider that was right in the heart of the plate.
Phil, the speed of the pitch, the separation between 92 and then fastball before, or in the sequence to a 83-mile-an-hour slider. Still has him off balance enough.
What do you think he likes to go to here, full count?
The way he's been throwing his slider, the feel for it, I think he's probably going to go with slider again.
A little flare sent, well, actually hit a little bit better than that, but Sierra is there, so fell behind in the count. And then Junk gets right back in it and gets the second out. One thing for Janson Junk, as you take a look at our key player profile here this afternoon, Gooby, is that he works quick. 55% of the plate appearances ended in 3 or fewer pitches. He's going to be upset about that here.
Well, the thing is, I mean, that way you're not have to throw. The more pitches you throw during an at bat, better chance the hitter's going to get at least one pitch, do some damage. So you get that at bat over quickly, hit your spots, utilize your defense. Better chance to get deeper in the game too.
And when you were the head coach, as Cam Gallagher digs in, what did you tell your hitters?
My pitchers for Chaminade, I said if you can get as many 1 or 2 pitch outs you get, that's 1 or 2 less line to line. So that's foul pole to foul pole. You have to run for pitchers after the next day.
Did you have somewhere to get to after the game, or?
No, it's taught me to. I was taught the same thing as a pitcher myself, and trying to tell the kids the same thing. It's okay to have some contact early, get some outs, to give yourself a chance to save that best pitch you need with a guy on third base.
And you're dealing with high school athletes, and granted, these are good, very solid baseball players. If you just tell them, hey, do it for the team, let's go, you'll get more out of them saying you'll have to run less, or you get a nice cheeseburger after the game than you do.
You got a better chance. You know what? You got to, every once in a while, you got to entice the youngster there to be able, hey, less running for you. If you can make some quality 1 or 2 pitches and get some outs with it.
And Junk has 2 outs here in the second, and ahead of Gallagher, 0-2.
We'll see if he goes to that 3-pitch out here. Janson Junk, already 3 strikeouts. Come on, Janson, make us look good here. 0-2. And he got him. Oh, some nice passion from Janson Junk, his 4th strikeout. Put this on your bucket list. Negro League Museum here in KC.
If you think they're excited, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Be quiet, win ball games, then I'll shut up.
High Heat with Christopher Russo, only on MLB Network.
$144. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks. For more info regarding the Coca-Cola Angels Family Fun Pack, visit angels.com/fun pack.
So you're saying it's a fun pack?
Oh, it is a fun pack. That's a heck of a deal. We are in the 3rd inning. Brad Keller, 6 up, 6 down. Phil Gosselin at the plate. Just claimed off of waivers, as we've mentioned. Second turn here around with the Halos.
Good fastball count here for Gosselin. A slider
got
in
a little
there.
wrinkle there, 2-1. Must be fun to be able to have that pitch and just throw it over for a strike like that. There's a ground ball. We got speed. That's going to be a foul ball. That would have been a tough play, as you can tell. But Rivera knew it was foul and just had some fun throwing that over.
You know, with Gosselin going down the line, you have to get rid of that on the transfer as quick as possible.
You know, there's been, certainly with Anthony Rendon, you know, lost for the year. The Angels are kind of like plugging and playing different guys. You wonder how long maybe, you know, Phil Gosselin can earn this job here at third base. He strikes out there for the first out. That's 7 in a row retired for Keller.
You know, often he throws his slider as far as highest slider usage. Dylan Cease at 41%. And he throws upper 90s. Robbie Rada, reigning Cy Young Award winner, 38.1%. Brad Keller, though, with just under 37% slider usage. 205 batting average, 30 strikeouts coming into the game with his slider.
So 41%, that's the most in baseball this season. If you were to guess, and I don't have the number, I know, I'm sure we could go back and track it. Somebody could put the research in. What would you guess? You know, you threw the slider a lot. What percentage would it be for a season for you?
For a season, you know, that's a tough one, though, Patrick. There's games where if I read the hitters were going to be aggressive on fastballs, I would just throw fastballs all game long. I just go a little bit further off the plate, let them take the sting out of the bat on there and roll over some ground balls. But if there were certain teams like the Oakland A's when they had the Bash brothers, I probably threw a lot of sliders. Same thing with the Twins. I had those 14 strikeouts against the Twins here. I think I threw about 130 some pitches. I might have threw about 80 or 90 sliders in that game. And that's why you see my arm is a little bit crooked right now still.
So it would just all depend on the scouting report, not necessarily the feel for the game.
Just the read of the hitters.
Okay.
And that's what, you know, even going back to the guy on the mound tomorrow, Shohei Ohtani, he reads hitters so well. He has the data, but then he sees the hitters, where they're doing. They move it up in the batter's box, they move it back, they move it away from the plate, and then he utilizes that to his advantage and uses all his pitches to get outs. That's an art I think that you're starting to see a little bit more. Data's great, but also reading the hitters and trusting your catcher behind the plate as far as a pitcher.
Marsh with a full count. That's out towards a field. Good idea, but drifts foul. There's a strikeout in his game, that we know. K percentage is not where Marsh wants it, where the Angels want it. His defense is elite. K percentage is second most in baseball. Got him looking. That looked like a strike. It was close. Marsh doesn't think so.
Keller throwing his four-seam fastball a little more effectively than his two-seam fastball this season. It's a four-seamer, runs it upstairs, stays true on that plane. It gets the upper quadrant of the strike zone against Brandon Marsh.
And the way Gallagher framed it didn't move at all. Blackney rings him up behind the plate. 2 down for Michael Stefanik. Fired in an 0 for 22.
And the defense straight up in the middle. Difference between his four-seam fastball and his sinker usage. Using the four-seamer a little bit more, velocity up there, but also spin and batting average much better on the four-seamer.
And Merrifield is there to retire the side. 9 up, 9 down for Brad Keller. First time through, he's been perfect.
Hey kids, join MLB Network and your favorite players for a show made just for you. Play ball. It's all the big moments, bat flips, and amazing plays from an exciting week of baseball and tips to up your game. Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson, 13 home runs into the left field stands. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome.
That ball is gone!
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught! Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout! The Cubs have finally won it all! The Atlanta Braves are world champions!
Effective in the upper part of the strike zone and above it. Talk about those upper quadrants. He's been going up even above that with his slider. 3 punch outs upstairs and then a 4-seam fastball. Gets a swing and miss upstairs. So effective with all his pitches upstairs so far. First time through the lineup for Kansas City against him. He's been very effective with 4 strikeouts. A couple hits allowed for Janson Junk, but upstairs effective for Janson.
Junk with 10 starts with AAA Salt Lake was 1-3, an ERA of 3.88, 50 innings.
That's impressive ERA for pitching there because that baseball will carry a lot.
Nicky Lopez at the plate for the Royals, and Junk starts him off with a first pitch curveball for a strike. Quickly ahead 0-2.
Pretty good sequence working already against Nicky Lopez for Janson Junk. Start him out with a slow curveball, fastball upstairs. We know the numbers for Lopez versus fastballs. Batting average and slugging percentage has struggled versus fastballs. So we think an up and in or up middle fastball could be a good spot for him to try here 0-2. It's like he was able to strike out Gallagher with a fastball upstairs.
4 strikeouts already for Junk in 2 innings. Career high is 5. Accomplished that last year at Texas, September 29th. His 5th career start. And of course, he's got a name like Junk, and everywhere we go, but particularly here, since he's starting some of the the broadcasters in Kansas City. He's like, how much fun do you guys have with the last name Junk?
So far, 3 strikeouts with his slider.
That one's fouled out of play. Now Dylan Cease, I think, has probably one of the best mustaches for a pitcher in baseball. But Janson Junk has solid stash game.
So we got maybe Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday going here.
Yes, we do. walking. Got the call there. He'll take it. That's a career high tying 5th strikeout. You can listen to the fans here. A lot of
he might have got the benefit of that call. Looked like it was a curveball that maybe just a little bit above the strike zone.
A lot of come on, Blue.
Well, maybe they're saying that for Nicky Lopez for not swinging at that, wearing blue.
That's possible also.
That's a real nice job by Kurt Suzuki at the presentation. Didn't really move his glove a whole lot. It's almost if he has exactly where he wanted to throw it.
And nice job to let that one go. Stefanik going to his right. That's an excellent play. 2 down. That's another one of those at-bats. 3 or fewer pitches. I don't know if Junk could have made a play, but he was smart enough not to attempt it.
Yeah, that's why as a pitcher, you look back where your infielders are set up. Knowing what baseball you should go after, sometimes when you jump like that, it deflects and it ends up being an infield hit. So if he's behind you, better opportunity for them to make the play as an infielder.
2 down here in the 3rd. Whit Merrifield rounded out to Stefanik, his first at-bat. Three hits away from 1,000 for his career.
Well, he's utilized his slider quite a bit. When you go back to last year, about 23% slider usage. So far in this game, 4-seam fastball 42, 37% slider. That'll only go up on that one.
Yep.
Now he's getting a better feel where he's going to have more of that downward action with it. And that's right towards the end of the bat of a very good hitter in Whit Merrifield.
Here's the 1-2 to Whit. The Angels certainly want to keep him from getting that 1,000th career hit, maybe until the Royals are in New York, take on the Yankees. It is a solid career as a Royal, without a doubt, for Whit Merrifield. And that's another strikeout. Career high for Janson. Junk, 6 Ks. And we're scoreless to the 4th.
I got the mic today. I got the mic.
You got the mic.
I got the mic today.
Mom, I'm sorry if you hear anything that is said tonight. I apologize. I love you. I haven't talked to you in a few days.
Lo tuyo es rolling, olvídate de los fly. Dame los fly a mí, lo tuyo es para abajo. Le voy a decir a la gente que me ponga el micrófono todos los días. Claro.
MLB Big Inning brings you the biggest plays of the night, live as they happen. Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel. It's nonstop action on MLB Big Inning, every night on MLB.tv.
Amaze us. This was scary because that was an exit velo off the bat, off his leg at 107, and then what does he do? He legs out a double and then painfully slides into second. And that right leg was black and blue and purple, and then the very next night, Gooby, he does that. How is it possible?
That's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball to dead center field. That's a 110-plus foot home run for Shohei after being struck out on the pitch, exact same pitch, the previous at-bat.
And he's on the hill tomorrow at the Big A. That will be his drive leg, right? I wonder what impact. Could you imagine possibly what if it's bruised, or in a couple days it just go away? It's still going to be sore.
Yeah, it will be, but Shohei always finds a way to be effective no matter what the scenario would be for Ohtani.
Absolutely.
3-1 in his career versus Texas. It is amazing, though, when he did foul that ball off against the Dodgers, came back out and hit a home run, too.
That was in 2018. You reference that all the time because
it's amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. And if you haven't seen Ohtani pitch live in person, if you can, make a point of it. Again, tomorrow night. So let's flash back to 2018. What do you remember about it?
Well, I remember this one. I'm thinking we might not see him for a long time. I thought that was going to be a time where Shohei was going to have to sit out for a while, but then the very next day pinch hit, dead center field. Incredible. I mean, that is way out in center field, by the way. Way up in the batter's eye.
It's a borderline pitch a couple ago that was called a ball. Now the count is full to Shohei. Brad Keller yet to allow a base runner until then.
Hey, that's off the plate. Shohei with another walk. His discipline at the plate has been outstanding this season. He's really not chased a whole lot of pitches out of the zone. Third walk in the last 2 games for Ohtani. And always a stolen base threat. By the way, picked up a stolen base yesterday, even though, again, the day before, he was hit by a foul ball off his knee.
Stole third, and Ward backed it up with a stolen base of his own on a double steal. Angels really did a lot of things well last night. They were aggressive on the base pass, put the ball in play. Of course, pitching was outstanding, the bullpen. It's Taylor Ward. 1-0 count from Brad Keller.
Keller has allowed 4 stolen bases in 6 attempts, 17 and 29 attempts. So it's not easy to steal. He's pretty quick to the plate, as you can tell by that short leg kick he has. Quick arm motion, holds the baseball well, so it's not easy to steal. 0 pickoffs in his career, tough to steal against.
Well, there's a ground ball. This could be 2, not in time to get him at first base, so Ohtani is forced out. And Ward reaches on the fielder's choice, 1 down. And brings up Luis Rengifo. And it really doesn't matter what you throw him as you take a look at our Discover matchup, Gooby. He's crushing the baseball. Look at breaking balls, especially.
That's the thing that jumps out at me. You're talking 161 before June 26th. Since that point, 355. Been patient against, even better on changeups. We know how quick he can be on a fastball with 386. But since June 22nd, he has hit the ball well. 5th best in the American League with a 347 batting average for Louis.
That's
Louis.
Yeah, that's over a that's a month of baseball. 5 weeks. This is a more than just a small sample size. He's getting it done consistently.
Take a look at where his hits have gone too. And take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud at 347. You talk about using the whole field. 25 singles, 6 doubles, a home run. He's going to pull that one, but also showing some power even up the middle and going the other way. Using the whole field, letting that baseball travel, being quick on the inner half too. That's why he's been so successful during this stretch.
Rengifo, switch hitter. Gallagher keeps it in front. Ward stays at first.
Interesting numbers against Keller this season on a 1-1 count. Hitters hitting 432 with 2 home runs. 19 for 44 on a 1-1 count. Caught in between what pitch to throw, so more than likely you're going to see fastballs more 1-1 count. He's about 64 to 67% fastball usage on a 1-1 count to lefties and righties.
Here's that 1-1. Fouled back by Rengifo. Really has been nice weather for us on this road trip, especially here in Kansas City, knocking some wood. Gotten some rain, which they haven't had in weeks here. Hasn't impacted 2 ball games so far. And Renifo chases, and he strikes out. 2 away. Luis is going to want that back.
That hard slider. A pretty good spin rate on a slider.
That really did have some late tight break to it. And we're in the 4th, and Brad Keller on his 27th birthday dealing, yet to allow a hit. That goes off the glove, and perhaps is that going to help him out? In on the play and making it is Whit Merrifield. Angels still without a hit to the bottom of the 4th.
From inside jokes.
Hey, look, it's Mike Napafanakis.
To insider's perspectives.
I like over 5.5 strikeouts on Walker Buehler.
Your best bet is the pregame spread. Served up only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson, 13 home runs into the left field stands. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw.
Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star. This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Trade. The Angels weren't sure, perhaps the organization was, what they were getting. Well, they got Elvis Peguero and they got Janson Junk. Last night, Peguero outstanding, and today Janson Junk is doing very, very well.
Really good as far as using his slider effectively upstairs with his 4-seam fastball. 6 punch-outs, career high already in the game for Janson Junk. Peguero threw the ball well last night. The stuff with Peguero, too, going forward, if you just trust it more and going and attacking the strike zone like that, he could be really special out of the bullpen.
Because he's a big man. He's 6'5" with a big arm.
But you got to attack the strike zone and start believing in your stuff. If you do that, he'll be successful.
Well, here's Andrew Benintendi, one of the hottest hitters in the game. Expected to be moved at or before the August 2nd trade deadline, less than a week away. I know we were speaking to some people that we're working with here in the booth that, like, why not hang on to him? Why not find a way to keep him a part of this team that's, 5 years into a rebuild since, they won it in 2015 and tried to win in 16 and 17, and they've taken a step back this year than what they did last year. However, they haven't played good baseball of late.
With all the young players, Bobby Witt Jr.'s of this team, they need a veteran around there. And Benintendi's been a guy that's been successful and won in his career, especially with Boston. That's why the thought process is maybe you do keep him around.
And Janson lets it go by.
Like he was swatting a butterfly going by him. It was the sound of the bat.
All right, let's take a look at the strikeouts. He has a career high 6. This is only his 4th start, and location.
Yeah, that's a real good view of where these pitches are. Look how many there are at the top or above the strike zone. Just one in the lower half, but 3 of them in the zone, but a top part, which makes it more difficult, especially in an age where hitters are tracking lower third and trying to drive it, but effective upstairs.
I like the color coding very much. A great job by our crew. And those sliders in the upper part of the zone. Effective. Here's Manuel Rivera. Fastball well outside. 1-0. Very important for the Angels to remain in the moment. They've won 2 of 3 since dropping 12 of 14. That's where they are right now as far as I'm concerned. Won the game last night, looking to win a series. That's the beauty of this game. This is the big leagues.
That's why baseball is so different than other sports. It really, no matter how well you're playing or how much you're struggling, starting pitcher will give you a chance. If he's pitching well, give you a chance to win that day every single time out.
It's out towards left field. Brandon Marsh going back for it. It's a perfect route nearly every time for Brandon. He reads it so well off the bat. 2 away. I'm going to talk about outs above average, 8, which is 3rd best among all outfielders in Major League Baseball.
Amazing thing about him, he's always under control. It seems like it's a routine play with him every time.
And as I mentioned, I know it's the big leagues and they're expected to make these plays, but you know, sometimes you see guys that might hesitate, take a step in, go back, struggle with it.
Remember that base hit in front of Benintendi last night? Looked like he had a chance, but he got a little bit of a slow start, and then he tried to get back and catch that baseball, and it fell in front of him. Ended up being a big inning that inning for the Angels.
Ryan O'Hearn 0 for 1. Strikeout victim of Janson Junk. His first time up to lead off the second. 2 down here, bottom of the 4th. We're scoreless. That's hit well out towards right field and perfect position for O'Hearn, and that's going to be a 2-out knock. Right now, let's give you a quick word from Kia.
Presenting Kia's lineup of exceptionally capable all-wheel drive SUVs.
By the way, how hard is that to do if you're O'Hearn? You have Rengifo playing in a shift. He's playing in shallow right center, and you have Taylor Ward back there, and that baseball fell literally right in between the both of them in the distance.
Maybe a space of 10 yards. You got to drop it in at the top spin.
That's trying to hit a green at a U.S. Open.
That's right. Or when you go to Top Golf, and you try, they got that little. You been out there to Top Golf ever, Gooby? Take you down next time. Spring training. Michael A. Taylor. It's a nice pitch. A ball. 1-1.
Continue to throw that slider, so it's clearly by design upstairs with his slider.
When you see that slider miss on a 1-1 count, what did that tell you from as far as mechanically?
His front shoulder opened up. I mean, you can see how he's flying towards the first base side of the mound, and that means it's difficult to have your arm catch up to you when you have the front shoulder. Same thing as a hitter. When your front shoulder opens up, you don't have that coverage for the outer part of the plate. Same thing as a pitcher.
Oh, that is a nice pitch right back to it. That was perfect.
Yeah, he made that quick adjustment. He knew that. All you got to do is sometimes as a pitcher is tap your front shoulder and go, okay, just like that. You see Trout, when he's moving forward, he's open up, he'll make that motion to tap in his hip, saying, okay, you got to keep this hip locked in. And that's what the timing mechanisms for both hitters and pitchers are so similar.
2-2 count here to Taylor. Time is called. Ryan Blackney, home plate umpire. Like Taylor must have called it, granted.
I think we heard that all the way up here, didn't we?
I heard Mr. Blackney call it, that's for sure. He's got a nice lather working behind the plate.
Like that too, going fastball upstairs. Good target set by Kurt Suzuki. Now you got to believe he's going to his slider now. It might be the one that's upstairs.
Saw the 2 on the 2-2. That's a ground ball. Softly hit. Gosselin comes in. No play. So Michael A. Taylor, I know in the box score it's going to look like 2 line drives, but he's got 2 infield singles.
Just tried to be quick on the transfer, couldn't get a handle. You see he was almost going to have to throw a pound ball to first. At that point, you're better off holding on to the baseball. He makes that play quickly on the transfer with his arm strength. He has a shot, but the grip on the transfer ended up resulting in what would be a pound ball, but hold on to it and hope Janson Junk can make a pitch here to get through this inning now.
4th hit for KC. Runner now in scoring position in O'Hearn. Kyle Isbell takes a strike.
Now 4 hits in the series by Michael A. Taylor, and if you look at velocity, exit velocity, every one of them had to be well below 80 miles per hour, but putting the ball in play, 4 hits in the series for him. Wow, that's a good pitch there. Another slider to lower third, hasn't got that one. He's gotten the upper part of the strike zone call.
Played perfectly easy play, and Janson Junk threw 4, and we remain scoreless here at Kauffman Stadium.
Hey, it's me. The summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
Nice.
What?
With the Game Time app, I pay 60% less than this guy.
60%?
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price. Download Game Time now. Nice shirt.
That's because Brad Keller, on his 27th birthday, making his 19th start out of Snellville, Georgia. Only one player in history has thrown a no-hitter on their birthday. That was George Mullen. July 4th, 1912. George was 64 on that day. No, I'm just kidding. Don't know. They could pitch. He was a Tiger, and it was against the St. Louis Browns. George Mullen. Brad Keller trying to put his name alongside Mr. Mullen.
And being the athlete that he is as a pitcher, he had 3 hits in that game also.
Very good. Inside the park, homer, maybe?
He had more hits than Ty Cobb in that game. He goes, you know what? I am the man here. No hitter, and I have more hits than Ty Cobb.
You're kidding me. That's awesome. You had 1 start in your 14-year big league career on your birthday, and it was your rookie year, 1984, on your birthday.
Yeah, that went well. That's why from that point forward I decided, you know what?
Can I skip it?
It's a holiday for me.
Oh, there you go. We put it out there, and just like that, uh-oh, that one gets away, and Suzuki's going to get to second base. We've been bragging about Kyle Isbell all afternoon, and Suzuki breaks up the no-no, and then the error allows him to get to second base.
This now allows this to be interesting now with Sierra coming up with his speed at the plate. Kurt Suzuki on second at lead off. There's a spinning slider upstairs. He did a nice job bringing his hands up and in a line drive to left field. Isbell unable to get to that baseball. That's one of those times too as an outfielder, you know Kurt Suzuki's not going to try to turn it into a double. You just get behind it, just get into your cutoff man as quick as possible. See right now if
they're calling it a double, FYI, even though Suzuki had no intention of going to second base. So let me just change the S to the double. Okay, you're not changing it? All right, good. Well, all right, good. If you're leaving it, I'm leaving it. Now I got to get the white out.
See if Sierra tried to bunt that first one. He's trying to bunt it down the third base line to make Rivera field that baseball. That way there's no play at third.
George Mullen can rest easy. Well, Isbell is going to have a play on that one. And makes no mistake there. 1 out. On this date, speaking of no-hitters, how about Irvin Santana? Carl's Cam replay, what was that
We
like?
always said the young Irvin Santana. Boy, you talk about a nasty slider. He had his slider working in that game. I remember they scored a run, Cleveland, on an error in the first inning. I think it was Eric Ibar. But after that, just dominated for the 9th no-hitter in Angels history. With that smile he had, Irvin Santana had one of the best smiles. And he's had a mid-90s fastball, but his slider was electric.
Considering that run scores early in the game, when do you start realizing, oh, wait a second, I know there's a run in, but he's got a no-no
Yeah,
working.
because I'm looking at my book, I'm saying there's still a 0 there by the hits, and he got locked in as the game progressed. You could see the defense playing behind him. The Angels got the lead at that point. Well, he got locked in. It was fun to watch that one. That was a thrill to see that and be on the call for that one.
Check down at first base. Charlie Ramos says yes, Gosselin does in fact swing. 1-1.
Funny, Urban put that out today in social media on Twitter world about that day. Just still reflecting on that. What a great moment that was in his career. A very good career for Urban Santana.
Yes, it was.
Played here in Kansas City also.
Yeah, Gooby, apparently it was a video that he tweeted out. You know what? I would do the same thing. Imagine the heart rate, the elevation. I know you carried some, you know, into a game and to get to the later stages when you're working on something special like that. Or you're so incredibly locked in, dealing. Not until it's over you realize what happened. Out towards right field. Did Gosselin get enough of that to get over the head? And he did. It gets over the head of MJ Melendez. Kurt Suzuki's going to score. And Gosselin with an RBI triple. 1-0 Angels.
Yeah, you hope that Melendez is okay. He fell awkwardly out there. Goose with a triple. First RBI, first extra base hit, back in an Angel uniform. A real good read by Kurt Suzuki. He was already drifted going towards third. He felt that Melendez was going to have a tough time to get to that baseball, and he went right into the wall.
16.
How often do you see a guy catching the night before but playing right field? I mean, that is a tough, tough play. And you hope he's okay. Ooh.
It's like a chain link fence. You can see the discomfort, but a great effort to get up, get that baseball in. Otherwise, Gosselin with his speed, who knows where he ends up.
Still like the read that Kurt Suzuki. Really good job, and take a look at that read. It looks like Melendez is going to be okay. Good to see that one. But Kurt Suzuki at second base. He sees this baseball hit well by Phil Gosselin. He said, you know what, I think it's a good chance it's getting down. Even at that, he's able to get back, but he read that well and is able to walk home easily on the triple. Phil Gosselin, though, was all about his read. It's going to force the infield in now for Kansas City to try to add on another run here. So after not allowing a hit going into the 5th inning, a single, and then a triple.
Wait, you said? Yeah, that's right. A single. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Brandon Marsh with a chance here, and that might get it done. And it will, in fact, do it. Little flare, single, RBI, 2-0 Angels.
Phil Gosselin with his 3rd career triple on that one. First since 2016. The goose loose. And now he can relax. The feathers can relax a little bit as he gets to the dugout. So 3 hits in the inning, 2 runs scored. And Marsh with the infield in is trying to lift the ball in the air to get Phil Gosselin home.
So 2 runs here in the 5th. And first pitch going is Marsh, head first slide. He's in there. Stolen base, number 8.
Well, I'm liking how aggressive this team has been over the last couple of nights. It's 5 stolen bases in 2 games. I think they're going to take a look to make sure he didn't come off the base, and like Matheny, comfortable with the call.
It stands. Obviously not the spirit of the rule. If a player beats the throw and is off the bag by fractions of an inch, you're out. That's the way it goes. Maybe bigger bases eventually in baseball. What kind of impact, if that does happen, as they experiment in the minor leagues. Up the middle. Oh, Whit Merrifield. Oh, what a play to get Stefanik. Trying to break out of an offer. Merrifield robs him and saves a run.
Yeah, my first thought was all he was trying to do is keep that run from scoring, just body up and knock it down, but then a quick throw over to first and a nice scoop by O'Hearn, be able to get the out. Stefanik looking for that hit. That's what happens when you're struggling. Another intentional walk for Shohei Ohtani and another round of a booze for the home crowd here in Kansas City, for the opponent in Shohei Ohtani for the intentional walk. What a play that was for Merrifield and O'Hearn at first. When you're struggling, looking for a hit, it seems like there's 10 guys out there, 12 guys out there in the field. Everything you hit is going to be caught.
Sit well, right up the middle. Heartbreaker. First and third now for Taylor Ward after the intentional walk to Ohtani. First pitch, fastball, is in there for strike 1. Could be a big moment here for Ward. Swing of the bat. Break this thing open. Oh, gets the strike call. Slider looked to be off the edge of the plate. 0-2. Stefanik hit that baseball basically 100 miles per hour on them.
Wonder if Shohei might be going here to see if he could draw a throw 0-2.
Oh, they say he went. Taylor Ward strikes out. End of the inning. But Suzuki breaks up the no-hitter with a leadoff single. And then with 1 out, Gosselin triples them in. And then it's 2-0 Halos.
Looking for dinner made easy? Move over meal prep and make way for pre-chopped and pre-portioned ingredients. Hit the road hard to follow recipes and say hello to easy breezy meals. Peace out, pile of dishes, and welcome easy cleanup. Well, hello there, Home Chef. Home Chef oven ready meals. Pre-chopped and pre-portioned recipes without the prep or mess.
Get 16 free meals when you sign up at homechef.com.
Home Chef. Delicious meat simple.
Hi, we're Warby Parker, and we're all about making vision care convenient. That's why we developed the Virtual Vision Test app. Use it to renew your expired glasses or contacts prescription from home with your phone in about 10 minutes. If everything looks good, a doctor will renew your prescription for $15. It's as easy as reading the eye chart at a doctor's office, except you're at home, on your phone, like you probably are right now. Download Virtual Vision Test today.
Welcome to the Aura Sleep Lab. You need a bit more deep sleep. Getting enough high-quality sleep increases immunity. Why? Because sleep helps fend off sickness. A good night's sleep boosts your number of infection-fighting antibodies and cells. And with your Aura Ring, you can learn how to sleep deep and keep your immunity up. It's like having a sleep lab on your finger.
Weekend this Friday as the Angels take on the Rangers at 6:30 p.m. Now the first 25,000 fans will receive a Trout tank top jersey courtesy of Memorial Care. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info. So I'm guessing it's a throwback weekend, so we all used to wear the tank tops back in the day.
Yeah.
Right? That's got to be the reason behind that. I wasn't so much a tank top guy, but I would cut the sleeves. You know.
You're that guy? You were that guy, weren't you?
Yes. I certainly was. All right, so Andrew Velasquez here in the 5th. Stefanic's out of the game, and so Rengifo moves over to second. We saw this last night. Got a lead, trying to find a way to win. So I know Stefanic's been playing some pretty decent defense, but got Squid out there at short. Rengifo moves to second. Good D up the middle. Janson Junk, give him some credit. 4 scoreless innings.
Always the key is don't look ahead. Just mindset what you could do in this inning if you're Janson Junk.
2-1 to Cam Gallagher, make that 3-1.
Got to continue to attack the strike zone if you're Janson Junk. That defense make a play behind you.
Three and 2.
Good pitch. He went right out middle part of the plate, down with his fastball. Now you got an option. You might want to go to your slider now, or you'd elevate a fastball. Remember, got him a swing and miss on a high fastball first at bat.
Last time Janson towed the rubber was at Las Vegas for Salt Lake on July 14th. So nearly 2 weeks ago, threw 90 pitches for 60 strikes. Went 6 innings. The deepest he's gone into a ball game in his 4 previous career starts in the bigs is 4 1/3. It's 1 out to match that. And he gets it. Another strikeout for Janson Junk.
And with his fastball in that one. It wasn't one of his junk pitches.
No.
Had to get that in there. Fastball 93 had him looking, thinking off speed. Got the express for a punch out. 7. Janson Junk. Got to be ready if you're Jared Walsh, just in case he tries to bring a bunt down that first base line. You can see Junk looked over at Walsh, said, I got that side of the infield if he tries to drag it to the right side.
Nicky Lopez. He's efficient. Check this out. He's walked 2 of 75 batters faced, the 2.7 walk rate. MLB average is over 8. And he's fallen behind a couple of counts here this afternoon, gets back into it and attacks. A little jealous of that walk rate there, are you? 2.7.
Oh, yeah. Bringing all those good memories, Patrick.
Wade Boggs tripled off you on your birthday, by the way.
Did he?
Yeah.
So I could be the half full guy, so at least he didn't hit it out of the ballpark?
That's exactly right. Did not allow a homer on your birthday, 1984. We're almost to your birthday month, by the way.
So in other words, I was backing up a lot of bases, getting my steps in a workout since the Peloton bike wasn't available back then.
They did not have Fitbits in 84, no sir. All right, back into the account, 3-1. There was a homer hit in that game, not off of you, sir. You went 5. Bill Buckner hit a homer for the Boston Red Sox. What a player.
Yes.
What a great player.
Former Royal, too, and Angel. And still, in my opinion,
I agree.
He should be a Hall of Famer. He's that good of a player.
So good. Little PFP work in for Janson Junk. He's in uncharted territory now. Deepest he's ever been into a big league ball game. He's got 4 2/3, 2 outs here in the 5th. I know that's a relatively that's a layup defensive play for Jared Walsh, but he does so many things well. Positionally, his footwork at first base.
I like his feeds to a pitcher covering the bag. That's a kind of a lost art. Sometimes we don't talk a lot about it. But there's some first basemen who will throw that low throw at you, the knees, as you're trying to find the base. But when you have a perfect throw, Wally Joyner was the best I've ever seen. Ever. He was that good at that. You never had to look but a baseball right belt high every single time. Every time. Even if he was on the ground on a diving play, it was a perfect throw at first base. So you knew that going to the base. So you could find the base and know that baseball is going to be right at belt high every time.
What a player Wally Joyner was, and a tremendous guy. You've introduced me to him here in KC, as a matter of fact.
By the way, real good golfer. He's playing a lot of golf now.
Is he? I would too. Janson Junk has 7 strikeouts. Looking to go 5, scoreless. 1-2 to Melendez. Make that 8. 8 Ks for Janson Junk. 5th big league start here at KC. Flat out deal.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network. Baseball's best are heading to Hollywood. MLB Network is celebrating tomorrow's rising stars
with the first pick of the MLB draft.
And today's biggest heroes.
It's just fun to be part of these festivities and just be out here, you know? It's just a lot of fun. It's a dream come true kind of thing.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Coverage begins Sunday, July 17th on MLB Network.
Stadium, 2-0 Angels leaving the Kansas City Royals alongside Mark Gubaza, Patrick O'Neill. Gooby, of course, is a Royals Hall of Famer. You know, it's been 3 years since you've been back, and you have seen and kind of reconnected with so many great old friends. What's it been like?
It's been amazing. From Paul McGannon, one of our old trainers, to Dick Cagle, a beat writer who's in the Hall of Fame now. He was in Cooperstown a few seasons ago. Dennis Leonard. Still waiting to see George Brett come by. I'm a little nervous about that in case he shows up here today. But it's been great. I mean, the fans have been unbelievable. They've always, respected and treated me so well here.
It's wonderful to see how you relate to people. Doesn't matter who it is, somebody you've never met before or longtime old friend. You treat everybody the same. It's great to see and witness. It's the right way to be.
Tell you what, Patrick, I've run into a ton of Angel fans here that made the trip out here to Kansas City. It's good to see that. I've seen that in Atlanta. Everywhere we go, there's so many Angel fans. Everyone's wearing their Trout and Ohtani jerseys. It's fun. Now, it hasn't gone the way the team has wanted to go. It started great, struggled. Still time to turn it around, but it's great to see the support by the fans that have been traveling, even on the road, for Angel fans.
That's a great point, because they're, this is the big leagues. They're at the ball game with their family or their friends. They're having a great time, and then they're just Halo fans through and through. 1-2 to Luis Rengifo. And let's see if that stays fair. No, it goes foul. If your good friend and Hall of Famer, the great number 5, George Brett, were to come in the booth and let's say we're talking in the middle of calling a play, how do you think he would greet us?
A slap right in the back of the neck or the head. They were like, whoa, we're live TV. And he goes, doesn't matter. That's him. Old Roomy.
That's just tremendous. I hope we get a chance to see him. If not, I'm stealing the bobblehead.
There's so many connections with George as far as the Angels. Got his 3,000 hit. First the Angels at the Big A. His brother Ken, the late great Ken Brett, a broadcaster for the Angels for a lot of years.
From
Southern California kid.
Yeah.
Angel fan. Many battles over the years, though.
Little chopper. And Rengifo is retired. Now, I don't necessarily want, I don't have to get your opinion, Mark, but feel free to share it. This is a great ballpark. There's been some rumors that possibly, maybe in 3 or 4 or 5 years, that there would be a new stadium built for the Royals downtown.
That hurts.
Yeah, so many great memories. It is a tremendous ballpark.
Yeah, just talking to all the guys today from the Angels when they came out of the clubhouse, the dugout, and saying this is a beautiful facility. I was like, there's a chance they might not be here past maybe 2026. They're like, no way, this park is great. But they're just trying to, you're seeing a lot of, even in Philadelphia, they're going to build this Sixers arena, going to be right in downtown, away from that great area they have all their sports teams playing. It's all be able to get to an area where a lot of fans can walk around, walk to the ballpark, and have a good time.
That's line to center field. That's going to get down and get past Michael A. Taylor. But Benintendi's right there. That's going to be a single for Walsh. His first knock of the game.
Good job of getting his hands to get through it. That overall pretty solid road trip. Sure, Walsh, see that. Already 5 doubles before going home. You know his numbers after the All-Star break last year. Looking to get that power swing together. That'll come pretty soon.
2 first basemen having a conversation over there. Taylor just got a glove on that. Deflected over towards Benintendi.
Keller had the no-hitter going until Kurt Suzuki got that hit to left field. Scored the first run of the game. It's almost as if Kansas City is envisioning Phil Nevin putting a hit and run on here. Where the Angels have run the bases in this series, especially the last 2 days.
Nevin and Jeremy Reed just inside and off the plate. Kurt Suzuki and Janson Jung finishing off that inning strong. 5 scoreless.
Self in position now, maybe some add-on runs, picking up his first major league win. Now qualifying for the win with 5 shutout innings. Continue that trend of really good pitching over the last 4 days.
Yeah, we talked about it early in the broadcast. what we saw from Detmers and Syndergaard and Suarez, and I'm excited to see, of course, Ohtani tomorrow, but then turn things around. I can't wait to see Sandoval, Detmers, and then, hey, Noah Syndergaard going to take the hill on July 31st. Question remains, will that be his last start as an Angel? He's loved his time as a Halo. We'll wait and see. That one's going to get through. Second knock for Suzuki. First and second, one down.
And saw some small ball baseball yesterday successfully for the best coverage in the game. Let's check out our T-Mobile coverage cam. Put some pressure on the defense to bunt. You got the double steal. You got guys running pressure and defenses. Love that when you're on the move. It's always a chance that the defense is not going to make the play. There's a lot of pressure on the defense and a lot of speed. But a small ball. Beautiful effort last night in that victory for the Halos. It's a T-Mobile coverage cam. Already you're seeing that today. The stolen base. Brandon Marsh.
On cue, Magneuris Sierra.
Yeah, we all love when that home run, especially a Shohei Ohtani. We saw Max Stassi with a home run yesterday, but when a pitcher's not necessarily making mistakes, you can still find a way to score runs by stealing the bases, making some contact on the baseball. Mistakes are the ones you see for home runs. That's a mistake pitch. You don't see a perfect pitch hit out of the ballpark all that often.
I saw this note on the Royals side of things regarding Magneuris Sierra that he's one of two players active, minimum 500 career at-bats, to not hit a home run. Now there's a pitcher, former Royal, part of the 2015 World Series team. Funky delivery.
Wow, way out of the strike zone. You might see a visit by Cal Eldred, maybe in the bullpen going out.
With the bases loaded and a visit at the hill, let's give you a quick word from Hyundai.
It's your journey. Own it in the Hyundai Santa Fe.
Johnny Cueto.
Johnny Cueto.
Yeah. Good chance here for the Halos and Phil Gosselin. One out, bases loaded. Some action in the Royals bullpen.
Oh, he had a nice swing that last one, drove it to the wall for a triple. Tough play for Melendez out in right field.
Jose Cuas up in the bullpen. Saw him in game one of the series. You have Walsh after a single at third. Suzuki followed it up. Another single between third and short. He's at second. Walk to Sierra, bases loaded.
Over 50% of the time against a right-handed batter, Keller will throw a slider 0-2. Gosselin looking to try to make some contact here. Try to get this run home. Good play by Cam Gallagher. That was a slider well in front of the plate. Wow, he ran that fastball way in, a four-seamer. Was on the knuckles.
The 1-2 away from Keller. Gosselin, ground ball. He's going to have to hustle. There's one over to first. That's a double play. Brad Keller executes. Got what he needed, a twin killer.
Evan Longoria, a guy last year who was one of the catalysts to a surprising Giants team.
Meet Evan Longoria. He's watching MLB Network.
Longo's hitting with big-time power. Still that
because that's what baseball fans do.
Here we go, Longo, 2022.
Junk on his game today, utilizing that upper part of the strike zone with his fastball upstairs, slider, same thing with success. Above the letters and getting chases throughout the game. 8 strikeouts through 5 innings for Janson Junk, who's been dealing so far, trying to pick up his first major league victory. No walks in the game also for Janson Junk. 81 pitches thrown, 53 strikes.
You know, with Junk making the start today, Austin Warren was sent to AAA. Janson has been with the team. I've seen him this entire time here in Kansas City. It's not like he just got off the plane and is making this start. He's been prepared for it. You had a conversation with him at a coffee spot near the hotel. What type of demeanor does the young man have?
He was excited at the opportunity. You're seeing that on display here today.
Behind Merrifield.
Got around and underneath on his delivery on that slider low. The slider upstairs we just showed in our Frontier play sense has been really good upstairs, but that one didn't quite stay on top of the baseball well enough to get even close to a chase.
That's in there for a strike. Junk making his first start of the season. Second appearance. The deepest ever he's been into a ball game. Big league level. Well, upstairs, 3-1.
He'll be right on that right side of the infield now with Rengifo and Walsh.
Well, he's not known for walking anybody. That's just his third walk in the big leagues. First today.
Notice that Phil Nevin made the motion to Kurt Suzuki to talk to Janson Junk, and that's usually that slow walk out there that gives Andrew Wentz a few more throws down in the bullpen. Might see Phil Nevin come out once he gets the word that Andrew Wentz is ready.
And he's gotten the word. I mean, we've seen Phil Nevin go out there just to have a conversation and let his guy go. He's done it with Suarez. He's done it with Syndergaard. And there's the motion. But hey, excellent job for Janson Junk.
Great job today by Janson Junk.
Pitch and change. We'll be right back.
And here are the first images.
Hello, everyone.
You don't have to leave the solar system to watch MLB Network. Just sign in with your TV provider info at MLBnetwork.com or through the MLB app. MLB Network, just about anywhere in the known universe. Baseball's best are heading to Hollywood. MLB Network is celebrating tomorrow's rising stars
with the first pick of the MLB draft.
And today's biggest heroes.
It's just fun to be part of these festivities and just be out here, you know? It's just a lot of fun. It's a dream come true kind of thing.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Coverage begins Sunday on MLB Network.
Brought to you by Jack in the Box. Introducing the new $5.99 double bacon cheesy Jack combo at Jack in the Box. Order on the new Jack app today. By the OC Healthcare Agency, build your healthiest self at angels.ocnavigator.org. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. So tip of the cap to Janson Junk. Fifth career start, first of the season, went 5 scoreless with 8 strikeouts, also a career high.
Really like what he did today. That slider by design upstairs, getting swing and misses. Hitters' eyes are so trained for a breaking ball to be downstairs. Was very effective with that slider upstairs.
You know, Gooby, as he was walking to the dugout off the mound, I saw a lot of Royals fans giving him a nice round of applause. That was great to see.
Yeah, and he threw the ball well. He worked quickly. They appreciate when you see somebody attacking the strike zone like he had throughout this entire game, and you see the smile on his face, the excitement level. Now he's hoping that his bullpen mate. And we saw how good they were last night. And Andrew Wentz to come through here and preserve the lead and be able to pick up that first major league win for Janson Junk.
Yeah, Wentz with his 21st appearance on the season. He's 6 years old. 7th round pick by the Angels, 2018 UNC Greensboro. Junk responsible for Whit Merrifield after the leadoff walk. Wentz pitch off the plate to Andrew Benintendi.
Benintendi, as usual, was looking to try to swing at that first pitch. A lot of success on the first pitch. Took that one.
That's in there. Now in the top half, 6, Angels had a golden opportunity to add on some runs. Bases loaded. Double play into the inning. Like 2-0. Tying run at the plate. A hitter who's been hitting about 400 for over a month, Benintendi.
Has hit into 6 double plays.
Just like that, ground ball. Rengifo takes the force at second, over to first, not in time. But 2 down, 1 down, and that's a big out.
A nice pivot and throw by Luis Rengifo. Even though you're not convinced, Benintendi runs too well to be able to get a double play on that ball, but still gave you a shot just in case there was a stumble going down the line. Got rid of it quickly. Good feed, quick feed. Andrew Velasquez. Perfect job as far as setting his feet, turning the body, making a good quality throw. Second.
Solid, in control, good feed by Rengifo. 1 down now. Rivera, the batter, he's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Just foul. Hardly a breath of wind. Sun peeking through the clouds. Really nice day here in Kansas City. Warming up, I'd say mid-80s. A little humid. Yep, that's in there. 0-2. Well, it's up to the bullpen now. Series tied 1 game apiece. Angels win this game, they would split the season series with Kansas City, 3 apiece, and also the road trip at 3 apiece. And a swing and a miss. He got him with the slider.
A tight slider from Andrew Wantz. Stays on top. Late break. More of the plate than he probably would want to, especially with a count like that. But you can see the spin, gets the swing. Pretty good spin rate on that. A little above average, about 25.03 RPM spin rate on the slider.
2 outs. Here's Ryan O'Hearn. 1 for 2. O'Hearn went to Sam Houston State. He's from Dunedin, Florida. Baseball town. Oh, and he's going to lay, that's perfect. We often say, why don't guys do that? Well,
you see the ovation he's getting for doing that.
I mean, it's harder or easier said than done, but you have to shift. You had all the room and execute it to perfection.
I mean, part of it comes into play is are you a power hitter? Can you consistently hit the ball out of the ballpark? Well, if you're not that guy and you're given an opportunity to take the base in, that's exactly what O'Hearn did.
O'Hearn had 9 homers last year. And he can hit for power, but trying to find a way to win this game. They got 2 down. Here's Michael A. Taylor. He's 2 for 2, both infield singles. Having a great series, 5 for 10. Merrifield at second base, 2 down.
Good cutter, that whole throw, Andrew Wantz, and a slider. The similar break to the pitches, but separation in speeds of the two. Between his cutter is going to be upper 80s and his slider going to be low to mid 80s.
So there's the 4-seamer, so he can hit 94. But if you're living with a cutter and a slider, and in the upper 80s, what's going to make him an effective pitcher? Because he can pound the strike zone?
Yeah, and he saw by a 4-seam fastball, you just saw it means the hitter's got to track upstairs too, but then you have to deal with the lower part with a slider and a cutter. The 4-seam fastball upstairs again.
Now a strike away from getting out of the 6th, preserving a 2-0 lead. Two on, 2 out, 2-2. Pitch coming from Andrew Wantz. And swing and a miss, he got him.
Need a fastball upstairs, slider downstairs, 2 different zones. Tough to make contact. Punch out, Andrew Wantz.
Oh, you can close the book on Janson Junk, who went 5+ scoreless. Andrew Wentz got the job done. 2-0 Halos.
Every game, every night, everything you need to see. Get all the highlights with the fastest hour on television. Quick Pitch, late nights and every morning, only on MLB Network.
Top-tier plays of the game, the effective slider, both from Janson Junk. Slider upstairs amongst his 8 strikeouts. Then Andrew Wentz, little different spin to it, and a lower third with his slider for the punch out. A couple there too, so 10 strikeouts through 6 innings so far. Janson Junk with 8, Andrew Wentz with 2. That effective slider, different planes, same result.
Hey, how about it? Brandon Marsh down the right field line. Good speed. That's going to get into the corner. Kind of gets away. He's thinking 3. Helmet flying, hair flying, and he's in there. Leadoff triple for Brandon Marsh. It's his 2nd of the season.
Captain Caveman flying around the bases. Good to see that. An RBI single. Last at bat. Now triples down the right field line. 2nd triple of the season for Brandon Marsh. Tracked it to see what kind of play was going to be made out in right field. Did the quick look, knowing that speed. Helmet gone, and slides in there with a triple. Go a little Gary Matthews Sr. on there, flipping that helmet off.
So after that triple, that'll knock Keller out of the game. Pitching change.
And here are the first images.
Hello, everyone.
You don't have to leave the solar system to watch MLB Network. Just sign in with your TV provider info at MLBnetwork.com or through the MLB app. MLB Network, just about anywhere in the known universe.
Triple by Brandon Marsh. Man on third. top of the 7th, and a lack of run support for Brad Keller, who's thrown the ball well. I mean, you look at his record, he's 5-10, but he's pitched very well, especially of late. This averaging 2.30 runs of support, and it makes it so difficult. So, you know, with Syndergaard, same thing, because your mindset is every time I make a mistake, I can lose a game. And I know everyone's devalued wins and losses for our starters. Every starter says, that's not the case. So that's why sometimes you try to be too perfect on some of your pitches when you're not getting a lot of run support during the course of the season.
I mean, 19 starts, 2 1/3 runs per game. That is tough. So here's Dylan Coleman. Saw Dylan Coleman pitch against the Angels in that game. Shohei went 3 for 4 with 2 homers. He can touch 100. Just like that, 98. First pitch, strike to Andrew Velasquez.
Infield in, they're almost anticipating a squeeze.
That's a great stop by Gallagher. You have Ohtani on deck. I don't see them pitching to him at all.
Well, Gallagher's made a couple really nice stops behind the plate on sliders well out in front of the plate. You mentioned Coleman. Fastball slider, he's at 96 to 100. Slider, 83-88 range.
Swing and a miss from Velasquez on another upper 90s fastball. Coleman was drafted by the Padres 4th round 2018 from Missouri State. He's 25 years old.
And you want to see Andrew Velasquez is shorten up a swing now. He had a chance to try to drive one now with 2 strikes to shorten up, try to make some contact. Although trying to shorten up and make contact at a 100-mile-an-hour fastball is never easy.
Like that caught a piece of Gallagher somehow, some way. Feeling the effects of that one.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Cam Gallagher.
Tough through and through. PA, born and bred. Respect.
Solid numbers, though, when you look at his overall batting average, 175 coming into the game, but 291 with runners in scoring position. Trying to make some contact here. Squid.
Little wrinkle off the plate. Infield well in. Nicky Lopez that short with a foot on the grass. 2-2.
Well, he's overthrowing his fastball.
It's going to be an interesting pitch. I mean, you have Ohtani on deck. Got nobody out. First and third, if he gets on with a walk, potentially walk Ohtani. Doubt it. Maybe he'll get a pitch to hit here. 3-2. Squid with the squib. Oh, that's a high throw, and it gets away. Marsh scores. And Velasquez going all the way to third. The throw not in time. So Dylan Coleman tried the underhand and just lost it.
Well, so often you see pitchers do that, and the question always is, you throw a baseball like that to home plate, why do pitchers have such a tough time throwing to first base? And sometimes you do that. You see some pitchers just aren't comfortable because they're on the flat surface compared to the incline of a mound, so they try to flip the baseball. That's too far of a throw to do it. And a break. But they might give him a base hit and an error. Base hit and an error.
So then an RBI? Or no? That's right up the middle, Ohtani. There's an RBI.
You look at when the infield is in, your chances of getting a hit increase because of the ground they have to cover. Shohei Ohtani on base 3 times, 59th RBI. Big add-on runs.
That's going to bring Eldred out to the mound. 4-0 Angels, just like that. 2 quick ones. Pitching and defense in this game reminds us of this date as we flash back. Hot Tub Time Machine, 1988. Tommy John, 3 errors on 1 play. 1. Hey, come on. Okay, so that's 2 right there. Excuse me. And then, Tommy John, one of the best ever.
Not easy to do. Not easy to make that argument about pitchers being the best athletes now. I have to take a step back. But no, it was Shohei Ohtani and said, we're back. We're back in business.
All right, so here's Taylor Ward. 0 for 3. After the single, RBI from Ohtani, and a nice little 4-0 lead for the Halos as they try to win this series.
The timing of the swing going away from Taylor in this series. He was swinging the bat pretty well down in Atlanta, but still always very competitive, even with 2 strikes to work back to a count that he could do some damage.
.59 ribbies for Ohtani, and tomorrow's starting pitcher. Looking for his 10th win. Rounded foul. On the underhand flip, and I know you were just discussing it. How did you handle that play? Did you ever do that underhand, or did you always throw it overhand?
Sidearm. Every time I released the baseball, I fielded the ground ball. I pretended as I was an infielder. I stay low and make that almost a throw like a shortstop or second baseman would make the first base. And if it was hit hard enough, I had a tendency to make sure they got closer to the base before I throw it. Just so I could have that other side dislike me even more so.
Popped up by Taylor Ward and playable for O'Hearn, and he has it. That's the first out here in the top of the 7th. 4-0 Angels. And here's Luis Rengifo, yet to reach base. 0 for 3. He's riding a 20-game on-base streak, looking to keep that rolling right here.
Rengifo trying to keep that road hit streak going and his overall hit streak going.
Road at 17, overall at 9.
And the good thing is Coleman's aware of the speed of Shohei Ohtani. He's aware that the Angels have been running a lot in this series, especially the last 2 games. It gives Rengifo a chance to potentially get a fastball in the zone when he's trying to be quicker to the plate. On base streaks of 20 straight. Jose Abreu leading 25. See, he's trying to be quicker to the plate. That distraction for a pitcher because a team is running well is big. It's going back to what we talked about yesterday in that piece. We were talking about stolen bases. Paul Molitor stealing 3 in the first inning, and how disruptive Ricky Henderson and Tim Raines and Gary Pettis were.
That's it well on a line. Ohtani off the bag, and he's going to be doubled up. And just like that, inning is over. And Rengifo lined it out and alertly threw it across to O'Hearn. And they got him by a step or by a hand. That'll do it. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th.
We asked retired MLB pitcher CC Sabathia to hit and win reality.
You get nervous? Yeah.
A VR training tool for hitters. Who is he hitting against?
Oh, here we go.
Himself.
Man, I'm good. Both of me.
Hitters see game speed pitches, improved timing, pitch recognition, and confidence in the real game.
How many MLB home runs did you have?
More than you.
Be ready for real. Win reality.
Hey, it's me. The summer breeze. I just flew back into town. Let's get outside. Much better.
The Big A, be there, be square. Shohei Ohtani, Angels Live kicking it off under the hats at 6 p.m. right here on Valley Sports. 5-2 at home, a 2.05 ERA. Took an L in the last time out, but man, do not miss an opportunity to see this man on the hill. If you can't be there in person, you got to be here with us. Ruby and I will be on the call. Erica Weston back with us. She's holding it down back home. Angels Live pre and post, and Aaron Luke now is on for the bottom of the 7th inning. The Angels leading 4-0. Cannot wait.
I can't wait to see how he reacts, because he was as dominant as I've seen, even going back to that game in Houston where he was incredible for 6 shutout innings, had a no-hitter going, perfect game. Punched out 12. He had 11 strikeouts against that lineup for Atlanta down there before that 7th inning. He was incredible in that game, and everybody in that stadium was in awe. There wasn't even a word every time he took the mound. They were just looking at potential history being made every time he takes the mound.
There's a quick ground ball for Aaron Luke to Rengifo, and Isbell is retired for the first out. Hey, that's what you like to see.
Over the years, this Royals team has always been an aggressive team on the first pitch. Usually a pretty tough team to strike out, although the Angels with 10 punch-outs in this game, so they're going to make some contact, but they're going to be aggressive on the first pitch.
Got 5 strong for Janson Junk, who is officially qualified for his first big league win. Cam Gallagher with 1 out, bottom of the 7th. And if Aaron Luke can just have a quick and clean and efficient inning, it's been a struggle for him.
Like when he uses his changeup, because that sets up his cutter and even his fastball in from that arm angle he throws. But if he can throw that changeup, especially away against a righty, it opens up the inner half of the plate if he wants to go there or back outside.
0-2, swing and a miss, strikeout, 2 down. Nice looking pitch there from Aaron Luke. Reminder, you got to join us Friday, August 12th as the Angels take on the Twins at 6:30. First 25,000 fans will receive a clear backpack courtesy of Santa Ana College. For more info, visit angels.com/promotion.
Clear backpack.
That's clear and concise with the tank top. Can't miss. That'll be a great giveaway. Can't wait to see you there. I realize I have two gifts for you, by the way, for your birthday.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Coming up. All right, here's Nicky Lopez. Loop. Looking good so far. I was on the late bus getting over here to the K, Gooby, and already some players on that bus. I was the one non-player, and you had left me. And Luke got on the bus, and he had one word to say: teammates. Sat down. I said, you know what? That's a pretty darn good way of saying hello to your guys, teammates. And you know what? He picked him up right there. That's a 1-2-3 7th inning for Aaron Loop, and it's 4-0 Angels to the 8th.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy. What? And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts.
Seriously?
Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price.
Am I underdressed?
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Hi, we're Warby Parker, and we're all about making vision care convenient. That's why we developed the Virtual Vision Test app. Use it to renew your expired glasses or contacts prescription from home with your phone in about 10 minutes. If everything looks good, a doctor will renew your prescription for $15. It's as easy as reading the eye chart at a doctor's office, except you're at home, on your phone, like you probably are right now. Download Virtual Vision Test today.
Every game, every night, everything you need to see.
Hawk, thanks very much. Looking forward to our Angels Live post-game show, and hopefully you guys can take us home, and we'll have a happy flight. We'll see you at the Big A tomorrow. Angels Live immediately following the ball game. I'm sure Hawking's all hopped up. They got that cold brew there in the studio there in Santa Monica.
Wow.
That's good stuff. Josh Stallman is the new pitcher for the Royals here in the top of the 8th. Another local lad, La Habra High School. Azusa Pacific, but I always got to shout out Stallman and La Habra High School. My wife's high school.
Nice.
She played 3-4 doubles, I think, tennis team. Walsh 1 for 3. It's hit well towards right field. On the button, but Melendez is there for the first out of the 8th. How tough is MJ Melendez, by the way, the rookie for the Royals, when he crashed into the wall on that eventual triple by Gosselin? They're going to have to put up some tape out there on that fence. I mean, but he stayed, obviously stayed in the game.
Still pretty amazing. He was behind the plate last night, and here he is out in right field.
Both of the games, and he is built. Mentioned yesterday, Melendez and Joe Adell, prior to being drafted, used to work out together down in Florida.
And most times when you catch a game, you get that day off the next day, or maybe you DH, but you're catching that day, we'll put you out in right field the next day.
41 homers in the minor leagues, AA, AAA last year for MJ Melendez. All right, we were inquiring, just about when Salvi Perez comes back. He's more, they see him as more than just like a fill-in catcher. They want him being a part of this lineup one way or another. Suzuki's had himself a game. Wow, O'Hearn, tremendous play over at first base. The big man feeds Staumont for out number 2. Gotta be the apostrophe.
I'll tell you what, that's a good swing for Kurt Suzuki. Saying, I got a 3-hit game, and O'Hearn making a diving play on that one. Still solid game all the way around for Kurt Suzuki. Did a great job with Janson Junk behind the plate, looking for a 3-hit game, but O'Hearn took that one away.
Home plate umpire Ryan Blackbeam was out the mound. Look at Staumont. Any idea what that might have been about? Wiping his hands on his jersey. Not sure.
See something on his pants or jersey, hand, arm.
That's Sierra now. 0 for 2 with a walk. Agreed, though, on your take on Suzuki. A lot of times you forget to mention, hey, he's also calling a great game. And, you're looking at 7 scoreless innings and a shutout last night. So credit to the Angels pitching. This is a Royals team that has been playing good baseball since the middle of June. An excellent July hitting as a team, nearly 350 and above.
And you got to give Kurt a lot of credit for their plan was to try to get this Royals lineup to swing at that elevated pitch. First fastball, then that slider, and he stayed upstairs with a slider the whole time with Janson Junk on the mound. And that's not easy to do because you're so used to setting the target lower part of the strike zone or off the plate with a slider, but he was sitting upstairs by design, and it was effective for 8 strikeouts in the game for Janson Junk. So a lot of that credit still goes to Kurt Suzuki. The guys like throwing to him. He's been behind the plate for a lot of years, a lot of mileage. Still fun for him to be able to play for his hometown team now, where he's lived now for a number of years in Orange County.
Ground ball played on the back end by Lopez. He knows how fast Sierra gets down the line. He released it in a hurry, and O'Hearn with the scoop and the final out for the Angels in the 8th.
It's the ultimate power hour. Quick Pitch takes you around the league.
Things are heating up
for every must-see moment from the majors.
The defending champs are doing what they do best.
Quick Pitch, late nights and every morning, only on MLB Network.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Jackie Robinson searching home run into the left field stand. Here comes Roger Maris. There's a new home run champion of all time. I don't believe what I just saw. Cal Ripken Jr. has reached the unreachable star.
This crowd on its feet and in unison.
This one has a chance. Home run! Mike Piazza! The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the first night of MLB Network.
Number 600 for Jim Thome. That ball is gone.
106. That would be a new record.
It is caught. Oh, what a catch by Mike Trout. The Cubs have finally won it all. The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
The next day's starting pitcher. Well, momentum started with Detmers on Sunday, and Syndergaard followed it right up with an outstanding job at 5 2/3. Loved what we saw from Suarez. And then Gooby today, Janson Junk. This is a youngster, and he pitched great. He's feeding off of
That's 21 innings pitched for the starters in the last 4 games with one earned run allowed. And the strikeout totals there, slider was a common theme of all 4 pitchers in this stretch for him. Real good one from Denver's. Noah Syndergaard, his best slider I've seen him throw. Suarez's slider was excellent. Usually if there was a curveball more, but his slider was great. Janson Junk was outstanding with 8 strikeouts using that slider very effectively.
Yeah, so starting pitching, gotten the job done. Halos are trying to not only win this series, but win 3 of 4, head home, right back at it against Texas for 4. Ryan Tepera now is trying to pick up right where his good buddy Aaron Loup left off. Loup was outstanding there in the bottom of the 7th. Now you got a guy with an edge on the hill here in the 8th. Leading off, MJ Melendez. He's got good power, and he swings at the first pitch and right down the first base line. That's going to be extra bases. That's a leadoff double for MJ Melendez.
And as good as range as Jared Walsh has, there's no way he's going to be able to get to that baseball right down the line. This ball away, and he turns on it. Didn't quite get to the outside corner. Reaction by Kurt Suzuki tells you that story. But still, you're trying to throw a strike and see if you get a quick out. It could have been a quick out. It's just a perfect spot for Melendez down the line.
It's going to take some work for Tepera to keep this scoreless streak going for Angels pitching. Shutout last night. 7 tonight, 16 straight innings. Very tough Whit Merrifield. Aggressive on the first pitch, fouls it back. Out towards left field, Brandon Marsh is there. And one away.
Well, you always like those outs to that part of the field that will not allow a base runner to advance. If that's the right field, you might see Melendez try to take a chance to go to third, but big out for Tepera. Now you go back to another hitter that swings at the first pitch a lot.
In a situation where you have a 4-run lead and you got a runner at second base, I'm not saying the run doesn't mean anything. Do you forget about that and just attack that next hitter? In a sense, you know what I mean? Or are you like trying to prevent?
No, you're still trying to prevent a run. You don't want the team to get any momentum going against you.
Right.
527 on the first pitch for Benintendi. That pitch a little bit out of the strike zone. That is why he's going to try to get it to be over aggressive. That's covering 55 at bats. 29 for 55 on the first pitch.
Benintendi, one of those hot names out there. That trade deadline, maybe not as hot as a Juan Soto, perhaps. Who? Who did walk, by the way, and earlier and extended his on-base streak to 26 games. Best batting average since June 22nd. Gurriel Jr. and then Benintendi, 387. There's that Ray Rosario and Rengifo as well makes the leaderboard. Go, Benny!
Step out. There you go. Step out.
Speaking of Gurriel, how about Yuli Gurriel's team? Houston Astros come out of the gate in the second half, win a doubleheader against the Yankees, go up to Seattle and sweep them, and playing Oakland again. They are struggling against Oakland.
Have they lost 5 of 6 to the Oakland A's?
Yeah, they've lost back-to-back games so far in this set.
Trailing 2-0 in the 4th. Fouled away. Yeah, right. Didn't they snap Houston, Seattle's 14-game winning streak?
Yep.
Put them in their tracks for whatever reason. Oakland A's.
point, Texas has come back to earth too themselves. They're 10 games under 500 now. Remember, they're getting close to that 500 mark. They're losing today against Seattle 1-0. So the Angels are playing next tomorrow.
That one's lifted out towards right field. Taylor Ward, there's some sun up there, but he handles it. Melendez with good speed is able to advance to third. Download the MLB app to get video highlights, live pitch by pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and more for your Angels. MLB app. Couldn't live without it, that's for sure. Here's Emmanuel Rivera, 0 for 3. Tepera has 2 outs here in the 8th, getting Merrifield and Benintendi.
Leave him there, pick him up.
Four 0 Angels. Melendez leadoff double at third base.
One of those higher in the strike zone sliders we've seen throughout this game for the Angels.
Tepera ahead of Rivera 0-2. Here's the 1-2. Down back.
On that four-seam fastball. Tepera has him set up for a slider, even that split finger changeup below the strike zone.
Last couple of games have really set up well for the bullpen, and to have some leads to get some depth from the starting pitching. Tejada and Peguero last night. All right, Lance Loop, and here's Tepera.
That's a great block by Kurt Suzuki. That's one of those ones that hurt. You've been behind the plate for a long time. That got him rated in the throwing hand. He knew exactly where he had to be to be able to keep this baseball in front. And that body moving it over even after all those games. Pitch is thrown his way over his career. Did a nice job. That gets a lot of respect for your pitcher, because now you feel, you know what, if I throw a pitch in the dirt to get a strikeout here, I have trust in my catcher is going to keep it in front.
Keeps that from going 7-hole. And a swing and a miss. Ryan Tepera strikes out Rivera, and despite a leadoff double, keeps the Royals scoreless.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Baseball's biggest moments are live on MLB Big Inning. MLB.tv's nightly show takes you from game to game for all the grand slams, no-hitters, walk-offs, and more as they happen.
Wow, he can do it all!
Don't miss the ultimate baseball highlight reel.
This is some kind of awesome.
After your game ends, the action's just heating up on MLB Big Inning. Every night on MLB.tv.
only, close game. There was no hit.
No hits.
And then Kurt Suzuki breaks it up. First hit, and then Gosselin, the goose, got loose. Melendez smashing into the wall. And then things kind of got out of hand, but that was a big moment in this game because Brad Keller was dealing.
And Brandon Marsh put the infield in, makes the contact, trying to hit the ball in the air, gets a base hit. Left center for an RBI for Brandon Marsh. Gave him his 37th RBI, then he eventually tripled. The game has scored another run. Those add-on runs in that 7th inning were huge. And the goose up again here.
So you get some production from the bottom half of the order, 7, 8, 9. Gosselin a triple and a RBI. Marsh 2 hits, single RBI, that triple and a run scored. And even Velasquez, that little squibber, ended up getting credit with a single, an error, an RBI. Production, the bottom half of the order. Kloss now on. Big righty, Kansas City Royals. Kloss from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, but to the University of Maryland. Wow, that's a good pitch. Didn't get the call, 1-2. Grounded, just foul.
But that was real close down the line. Like Phil Nevin was looking down to see if they were going to take a look at that one. He says, no, I was comfortable with the foul ball called.
Oh, that's going to get through for a hit for Gosselin.
So both Gosselin and Marsh with a single and a triple. That 7th and 8th slots in the lineup.
Well, for Gosselin, this is an opportunity to, out of nowhere, everyday player, or at least be in the mix at third base. Put the ball in play, play your position, you're going to see some time. This has been a nice game for Brandon Marsh. He's needed a game like this.
It's fun watching him run when he can hook a baseball down in a corner like he did at right field corner, to see him run. 37 RBIs along with 8 home runs. Picked up his 8th stolen base also today.
Four 4-0 Halos. We're in the 9th inning here. Chance for Angels to win this series. 3 outs to get. An add on here. Gosselin at first. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout. second K of the day for Marsh.
Go back to Hyundai, key for the game today. Cash in, cash out. Some pitches they hit very well on pitches on the outside part of the plate, but also quick enough on those pitches inside, including that triple by Brandon Marsh. So solid swings today by the offense. Enough offense to support an outstanding job on the mound throughout started by Janson Junk.
Now just 3 outs to cash in for this victory.
I see you working, Patio.
Only 2 strikeouts for the Angels last night, season low, and 6 so far, here today. I could do my math. That's 8 currently, when they coming in almost averaging 10 a game in the 9s.
So if you average that over 2 game periods, it's 4 strikeouts per game. Give you a chance to get guys on base and put some pressure on the defense. We saw that with stolen bases, aggressive base running, and some mistakes by a defense like Kansas City during the series.
Telling that Velasquez feels like he had a pitch to handle right there. Disappointed going back. Counts 2-1. While at the University of Maryland, Voss led the team in homers, 14 and 15. In case Matheny ever needs a bat. Two strikes now on Velasquez. Lopez shifts over towards the right side. That's going to be in there. Freezes Velasquez. Back-to-back Ks for Quas. One final chance here for the fans in Kansas City in 2022 to get a look at Shohei Ohtani.
On base 3 times today, 2 walks, including an intentional walk and an RBI single. That batting on base percentage over 350 now for Shohei. 49 walks on the season, leading the team in that category. And only 23 walks on the mound for Shohei Ohtani. Amongst all the other things we talk about as far as extra base hits allowed and how many he has swinging the bat. So that's pretty impressive. 49 walks at the plate, but only 23 on the mound for Ohtani.
Just silly what he can do. That right arm there, getting close in there. We all hold our breath. Has that elbow pad for protection.
So he's telling himself that's the pitch you got to hit to left center field or center field like he homered with yesterday.
There's the 1-2, and he got him. 3 straight strikeouts for Quas. Angels are retired. Bottom of the 9th coming up.
Using the old baseball stats only tools in modern thinking. You'll see the bigger picture.
Challenge all things baseball with MLB Now, only on MLB Network. When it's about to go down,
this is the story of the night.
MLB Tonight takes you there.
You will watch it all together live.
How about that?
Big moments.
Oh, baby, 3,000 hits.
Big reactions.
Bobby Witt Jr.'s first big league knock.
And big interviews.
What was the first thing going through your mind?
Join TV's best baseball analysts for a big night of baseball. Only on MLB Network's MLB Tonight.
facts. 601st all-time meeting between the Angels and the Royals. The Angels have shut them out. Last night, 6-0. They've only had consecutive shutouts versus KC one other time. That was in 1987, the 13th and 14th of June. You took the loss on the 13th. You went 6. And then on the 14th, very next day, Hall of Famer Don Sutton got the W. The Angels are 3 outs away from maybe squishing you out of the graphic, and we won't have to bring it back. I always remember our bullpen coach down there, Jim Schaefer, would always go, you come up and go, you know what, you're not a smart pitcher. I go, well duh. He goes, no, you picked the wrong day of the pitch. We didn't score any runs that day. Well, clearly they didn't score any runs that day, or the next day either. Oh, and look who's on to finish it off. Raisel Iglesias pumps a strike in there to O'Hearn. O'Hearn, Taylor, Isbell due up. 4-0 Angels. Bottom of the ninth. Last time up, O'Hearn bunted to beat the shift, and this time he's going to single to beat the shift. Hit it hard, right through the infielders.
Angels have thrown a lot of sliders this last 2 games, coming in the season average of 24.6% slider usage in the last 2 games. Very effective, 35%, including today. So they've been throwing a lot of sliders and effective sliders in the last couple of games, and against a club that actually has hit sliders fairly well. But these are really good spotted sliders from Janson Junk upstairs with his.
Michael A. Taylor, center field. Sierra going back, makes the catch.
Wow, that's an incredible catch. He looked like he was barely controlling that baseball in the glove when he slammed into the wall. We know he's a very good defender. He's showing why in center field. What a play. Look how shallow he's playing. He's playing to hit the ball to right center. Going back, that's 410. Controls it as he slams into the wall. Looked exactly where he knew. He had to be able to time his jump, and he knew the padding of the wall was going to be there. Controlled it.
He got
play by Sierra.
He got back there so fast, didn't have to jump all that high and try to rattle out of there, but he squeezed it for the first out of the ninth. Oh, that's a nice play. First pitch to Isbell.
Not quite Dwayne Wise, what we showed out the other day to keep that perfect game going for Mark Burley. He was over the wall, controlled it as he was coming down, but keeping the shutout in order with that play by Sierra.
What a play that was. 1-1 to Isbell. Well, if Iggy can keep the Royals off the board, I'd have to send a cold one up to New Sierra after we put that graphic up. Thanks for picking us up, buddy. You might have to do it again, but much easier this time. And 2 away. 1 out to go. The Angels to complete back-to-back shutouts in a series victory. We have a pinch hitter for Gallagher, another local lad, Nick Prado, Huntington Beach High School. Just his 10th career game. Big leagues. Gets by Suzuki.
And you can tell Kurt's frustrated on that one too. It's in the strike zone. He was just trying to make sure he was able to frame it and keep it there, get that first pitch called a strike.
Pass ball allows O'Hearn to move up to second base and into scoring position. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 1 strike away. Cash in this victory. A happy flight home. Tawny on the bump tomorrow. Coverage starting at 6 p.m. Bally Sports.
Who's pitching tomorrow?
Showtime.
That's that elevated fastball that's been really, really effective today. Almost got another swing.
Friday night in the big town.
Swing and a miss. Ball game lighted up. 4-0 victory for the Angels. Back-to-back shutouts here in KC.
And congrats to Janson Junk picking up his first major league win today. 5 shutout innings, a bullpen outstanding share. What a great play that was to preserve the shutout with an outstanding catch in center field. Brandon Marsh, big triple single. Goose, single triple today. Series win for the Halos, but what a job Kurt Suzuki swinging the bat today and doing a great job behind the plate. But Janson Junk, congrats.
What a moment.
MLB win.
You picked up your first big league victory. Did you do it here or did you do it on the road?
Did it here, a shutout against the Boston Red Sox. Not that I remember that at all.
What a tremendous moment it must be for him, his entire family. More importantly, some momentum for this Angels team. They've won the series in 3 of the last 4.
Boy, he had it working today. He knew exactly where he wanted to throw that slider, and that was by design upstairs along with his 4-seam fastball. Impressive career high 8 strikeouts and 5 shutout innings for Janson Junk. We know he attacks the strike zone, and he attacked it very effectively today.
8 strikeouts, career high, and he comes in, recalled from AAA, makes the start, and gets the victory. Well done all around these last couple of games. Outstanding baseball. It's been fun. It's been exciting. They've been on the attack. I want to see more of this when we get back home.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got Shohei Ohtani to be able to continue a win streak instead of always being the guy to try to stop a losing streak. That's great to see there for Shohei taking a bump against a team he's 3-1 in his career against.
Well, he's from the great state of Washington. Our Toyota player of the game, Janson Junk, on the field with our Carlin Bay.
Thank you so much, Patio. Janson, hey, that's your first career Angels win. How does it feel to hear that?
Oh, it feels amazing. You know, watching in there for the last 4 innings, I was more nervous in there watching it than being out on the field pitching. So I'm just happy. Kurt called a great game. Penn came in, did their job, and got some run support from the boys. So overall, a great day.
You mentioned Kurt Suzuki there. How was it having a veteran like him behind the dish, able to kind of, you know, how was it kind of going back and forth with him throughout the game? How was he helping you?
Yeah, I mean, I just, you know, he led the way. Yeah. So pretty much put it that way. You know, I'll follow his lead. I've thrown him before, and he knows me. He calls a great game. So, I mean, him and Stas do a great job. But yeah, Kurt did a great job today.
Something that was working really well for the two. With the Yankees organization, you worked on your pitch design, that mechanics of that slider. How have you seen that pitch evolve, and why did it work so well for you today?
Oh, I mean, that's been my bread and butter for the last 2-3 years, and you know, I've tweaked it a little bit here and there, just, you know, evolving, and you know, just trusting that pitch, and you know, knowing I could execute it. That's the biggest part, and I can throw it in any count, so that's an advantage for me.
Let's rewind before we let you go. When did you get the call that you were going to be coming up here and pitching with the big club?
I knew probably the week before the All-Star break. After my last start, I knew. There was kind of some hints around it. Usually when they do that, it's usually a good sign. So officially I got the call during that All-Star break, and you know, it was nice to prepare for it, take it like a normal start. So yeah.
Well, the preparation paid off. Congrats to you and your first win as an Angel. Hey, enjoy this flight home, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Patrick, back upstairs.
First win ever in the big leagues for Janson Junk.
What a moment.
Incredible.
Get to celebrate with your teammates now in that locker room.
That is a baseball he's going to have forever. A little shout out to Seattle University. They all got to be pumped right now, and that Junk family witnessed some tremendous stuff from their kid today, Janson Junk. Gooby, that was fun. I can't wait to get back at it again.
Keep the streak going.
Well, you're going to want to stick around for Angels Live. You'll hear more from Janson. Angels wrapping up a series win. It's Erica and Hawking next.